Alrighty, what is up, awesome people, and welcome to the second breeding live stream for this live stream series, I guess we're calling it now. So anyways, I guess we gotta do our sound quality and everything. How is the stream sounding? And I've already noticed a glitch in my stream. How awesome is that? We've only just started. Alright, so how's the sound going? I'm just fixing up that little glitch with a double screen. I have no idea why it's doing that. Alright, that's fixed in a way. So whilst fixing this up, how is the sound sounding? How's the music? Does it need to be turned up a little bit? Voice sounding alright? It should be sounding alright. Hopefully no glitches like the last... I don't know, it wasn't last stream, it was the stream before that I had the sound glitch. Anyways, that's doing alright apparently. I can be heard fine. Yeah, I know, I noticed a double screen. As soon as I swapped the screen over, I'm like, oh, that's not normal. Wasn't like that when I set the stream up, so it's just occurred, which is really annoying. Alrighty, so everything's sounding alright apparently, which is awesome. So welcome to the second live stream. In the last live stream I got challenged to do Salandit, because obviously the 75% chance to be a male and 25% chance of being a female. So everyone was like, challenge you to do the Salandit. So I'm like, fine, I'll do it. So I also asked on Twitter as well how to go about doing these live streams. Apparently everyone wants me to see me breed every single Pokemon. Gonna be a challenge. I gotta do it anyway, so I guess I may as well live stream most of them. So that's gonna be cool. Alright, so as you can see there, I've got all my Salandits that I want to go for. I have done no preparation beforehand. I'm kind of going from chain breeding from the last stream, since Jangmo can breed with Salandits. So that's how I'm going to be running this whole live stream. And yes, there is both physical and special as well as mixed. I have actually come up with a mixed set, I've come up with a physical set, and I've come up with a special set. So yes, I've actually got a set to use with all of these natures, which is awesome. Kind of got double ups there just in case, you know, I want to run. I think it runs Will-O-Wisp. Maybe if I run English gone already. Run Will-O-Wisp or something like that. I'm just going to double check if it learns Will-O-Wisp, but I'm pretty sure I saw in its moveset it can learn Will-O-Wisp. So if anything weird pops up on the screen, that's just my team builder. Salazzle, I'm pretty sure it learns Will-O-Wisp. I'm just double checking. Yes, it does. So if I want to put Will-O-Wisp on there, I can run like a hindering special defense or something like that. But normally I just run like either hindering defense or hindering special defense for a mixed set. Alright, so... yeah, read the description. Yeah, that's... doesn't matter, like, even if I mentioned during the stream I'm not doing something, people still miss it. Anyways, I actually didn't trade the Salandit over to my game. Whoopsies! That was my bad. Alright, so I'm just gonna... oh. Okay, my Japanese 3DS is just acting on its own. Awesome. I'll plug in the Japanese 3DS, because that's where I got my Salandit at this point in time. And I'll go through the method that I used to get myself a Salandit. Especially the female one, because people like, yay, this is going to be hard. Anyways, I'm on Pelago for some odd reason. So this is on the Japanese 3DS. Just gonna quickly get this over and done with, because hey, more Pokemon I could potentially use for guides. So Pukabuku and Emolga decided to come. So if anyone wants to go through like any Pelago stuff, I do have this Pelago free at the moment. I kind of forgot to like leave my Pelago spare on the English DS just in case anyone wanted another run through on berries or anything like that. So oopsies, my bad. I know, I should have done all of this before I started streaming. How awesome. Okay, didn't need to do that much. So I got berries and I don't have the treasure hunt thing free. Okay. So I can't do any treasure hunt details if anyone wants that. And oh, I'm stuck in the middle of the freaking Thrifty Mart. Of course I am. Alright, I also wanted to go through and just show off the Pokemon I can do potential breeding streams for as well, since people have been asking what streams I can do after this. As I said, normally I'm all prepared, but I guess I wasn't as prepared. So anyways, getting back to the Pokemon Center, I'm just going to show off the Salandits that I've caught. I actually forgot what nature I'm going to work with, and then I'll run through what's going to happen. So a bit of a slow start, but I guess the last one was quite slow as well. Alright, so here's all my Abras. Okay, so this is the Salandit I caught. Just going to double check what nature it is. Oh, look, it's a shitty nature. Well, I won't be using that one. It's something like, Lax or something like that. Laxed or... I forgot what the other one is, because I never bloody use it. Anyways, that's the Salandit. That's a female. And the way I went about getting a female one, for those who want to know, is I used a male Cute Charm Igglypuff. You can also use it on like a male Sivyon. You can use it on male Jigglypuff, which can be done through SOS on Route 4. Or you can do Clefairy as long as it's male, which is on the same place you catch Ditto. So if you use a male Cute Charm Pokemon, it does increase the chance of finding the opposite gender by 66%. And you just go through, find your Salandit, and it should be a female. Because obviously the only way to evolve a Salandit is obviously having a female, which does make this kind of a challenge as well. Because if I want to use Salazzle, I need to breed a female. Obviously using a male is just going to increase the chance of passing on IVs. That's the only reason why I'd be using a male. Or I'd be using a male one for LC, which is Little Cup for Smogon players. And I also went through and caught a hidden ability Salandit. At this point in time, I have no use for Unaware Salandit, so that one might be sitting in the box collecting cobwebs for quite some time. Maybe down the track, maybe. Anyways, that's going to be the Salandit I'll be using. Won't be doing any egg moves as of yet, although someone kind of did tell me a little white lie last stream. They're like, Salandit learns Fake Out, which is true, but they said it's a transfer move only, which I think is incorrect, because you can catch Kangaskhan in Pokemon Sun and Moon through SOS through Cubone, and that learns Fake Out through Level Up, which I think is the breeding partner to Salandit, if I remember the comment correctly. Alright, so... I use so many natures on Salandit because obviously down the track I use different types of sets. I might use a special set to begin with. I thought it was 25% female. I thought it was 25, I could be incorrect. I thought it was a bit higher because normally Cute Charm wouldn't work that effectively on a 12%. Oh, it is only 12.5. Maybe I'm thinking of another Pokemon. Yeah, it's either Gentle or Lax. One of the two. Either way, I'm going to get rid of it. Alright. I probably should have put that in the stream description as well, saying why I'm getting so many natures. Anyways, I'll do the quick trade over, and then we'll start breeding. So yes, there will be a slight chance to get a shiny at the start, because I will be using a Japanese Salandit up against a English Jangmo. So this is going to be demonstrating the whole egg group chaining. So Jangmo is a dragon egg group, whereas Salandit is a dragon and monster egg group. So it's kind of split between the two of them, which is great for me. Which means I can chain between the two groups and build up another Pokemon I could potentially chain with in future breeding streams. So I think I might trade back the Jangmo that I had, which is Japanese. And I'm starting off with a female Salandit as well, since I'm not using Dittos in this process. So if you want to use a non-Ditto breed, you're obviously going to need to pick up a female. If you are using Ditto, then the gender wouldn't have mattered. But since I want to show off the whole egg group chaining thing, I did need a female. Also playing Japanese, well, it was faster text to play through the game, and only that it is for Masuda. Breeding, well, actually I shouldn't talk. I was going to say breeding isn't that difficult, but this is coming from someone who had to do 180 eggs to get a 5 IV Jolly Mimikyu. Got 6 IV, which was bloody unbelievable. Alright, so it's like 1 in 2,000 or something like that, or 1 in 1,000 for a suitor with no shiny charm. I really should get a hold of that. Alright, so that's all I need for the Japanese 3DS at this point in time. Alright. So there's one thing I do want to show off. For those of you who rocked up to the stream, get a little bit of a sneak preview to what the next giveaway is for Pimp Night's live stream. And that is... this is the next Pokemon for Pimp's live stream. I have spent the last couple of days breeding this up. Getting the egg moves were kind of annoying. And the next part was just the 5 IV. So it's 5 IVs, just, well, missing special attack. May not look like it from that chart. But it's a Jolly Nature. It's got all the egg moves that Mimikyu can learn, which is only 4 of them. Curse, Destiny Bond, Nightmare, and Grudge. And it's going to be Jolly Nature because it's got like Sword Dance. You can use Normium Z from Splash to get a +3 as well. And I think it's got a few other things as well to boost its attack. I personally haven't looked at Mimikyu, but that is what the next giveaway is. And this is what I've been spending my time on, which is kind of annoying because it took so long to get a 5 IV that I could have spent that time doing a bit more prep for the stream. And while I was doing that, this happened. Yeah, that's annoying. Like, I got this before I even got the 5 IV and the Nature, so it's Bashful Nature with like 6 IVs. I can't complain because it's breeding fodder. And while I was doing the last giveaway Pokemon as well, that happened as well, so... it's fun. And I also got that as well, so that's just my adventures so far with breeding. But everyone came for Salandit, so let's move that. Question is, where did it go? Alright, so hopefully I've got my Destiny Knot and my Everstone off these two. I do? Nice. Alright, so everyone should know their egg groups. If they don't, let's go through an explanation of them. So every Pokemon has an egg group. As I said, Jangmo, which is what I'm going to be breeding up against, is from the Dragon Egg Group. For the Salandit, it's also from the Dragon Egg Group, but it's also from a Monster Egg Group. Which means, basically, that if I grab one Pokemon from Egg Group and another Pokemon that's from the same Egg Group, the two of them can breed together, which is the whole basic 101 for breeding. The exception to this, of course, is Ditto, who can breed with every single Pokemon. So if I put the Salandit up with a Ditto, it will breed with it regardless. And that's the same with non-gendered Pokemon as well, like Beldum or Porygon. These two, those particular Pokemon can breed up with Porygon as well. So knowing the whole basics to breeding, we can do a quick method for IV training instead of going up against like a 0 IV Salandit, because I don't think this came with anything. No. And chain this up with a Pokemon that's already got 5 IVs or 4 IVs, which is why we chain with Ditto to begin with, like we did in the last live stream. So, for this, because I've already got a lot of Jangmos, I should probably speed this up and actually jump to the last box. What we can do here is cut out a lot of time and breed up against a male Jangmo that already has the same nature that I want and already has the IVs I want. So, Adamant, Jolly, Modest, and Timid, I do believe, will be sped up tenfold because I've already got them. Whereas Hasty, Lonely, Naive, Naughty, Mild, and Rash will be a little bit slow because I didn't quite get around to doing the Jangmos of that nature. But I do have the IVs in that as long as I got a male, which I'm pretty sure I do. Not the right nature though. So I'm going to have to RNG those natures, which is kind of sad. But if I jump to like here, there's one around here, there we go. So I've already got Adamant's Jangmo, so going through basics, we can breed this Jangmo with this Salandit, pass on the IVs, which is these IVs, and try and pass this on to this Salandit. So that will speed up the whole process instead of doing the whole 0 IV Salandit to a 4 IV Ditto. Obviously you do the Ditto if you don't have like a breeding partner and this is like your first Pokemon. So from there, once I get the 5 IV Salandit, I could potentially pass those IVs on to a Pokemon from the Monster Egg group or another Pokemon from the Dragon Egg group. This also works very effectively if you want to pass on like egg moves as well. Which I don't know off the top of my head what egg moves Salandit could pass on to another potential Pokemon. I'm assuming it's like another poison type Pokemon or something like that. Same with Jangmo, if I have any egg moves from Jangmo that I want to pass on to another Pokemon, I could potentially do that through the Dragon Egg group instead of doing like, well, that's the only downside to Ditto, I can't pass on egg moves as per se. And yes, I do have the HA for Salandit. As I said, I don't really know if I'll ever have use for it, but it'll happen. If I got it, so if I need to use it, it's there, I guess. Alright, so same thing as the last live stream, we'll go through the database that I've got set up, and I'll just turn off the 3-year sound. So this is everything I need to breed for Salandit. So it's kind of just broken down that little IV thing into something a bit more simple. So this is how I keep track of all of my Pokemon. So if I go any egg moves here, I'll just whack them in, and I'm going to have this problem again where you guys can't see the drop down. I'll just bring it up here. But at the moment I've got no egg moves, but potentially what would happen is, once I get Kangaskhan with Fake Out, which will be probably either a very soon live stream, because I think I'm doing like maybe Eevee for next live stream or something like that, depending on if I get a hold of the next HA Pokemon. So I'll just go there, so down the track Kangaskhan would go there, and that would be a egg move for Salandit, since Kangaskhan is from the Monster Egg group as well, which can pass on the Fake Out move to Salandit. Same time, I'm not going for Hidden Power just yet because I've got no Hidden Power passes. Maybe we'll touch on that if I've got enough time with Jangmo. Same with Hidden Ability, if they've got Hidden Ability I'll check that, which I do, but I'm not going for that. And same here, once I got the Pokemon I will click complete and then type down how many of them I have. So if we look at like Jangmo for example, they're all the Jangmos I got from the live stream, so they're all marked off plus how many of them I got. Got a lot of adamants because of a little mishap that happened during the stream, my bad, and I think that's going to go down to 4 because I gave Pimp a adamant male for his live stream, so I'm not sure if I'm getting that back. Alright, so if we go back to Salandit, so this is, as I said, the whole goal for this live stream is to get all of these Salandits. Mainly want adamant, modest, timid, and jolly as of now. I kind of do want a hasty one because I've got a really interesting set I want to try out for it. So that's the whole goal of this live stream, and how I keep track of all my Pokemon too, if anyone was interested, because when we go into something like this, like mass hardcore breeding, it does get quite hard to keep track of everyone. Alright, so first things first, we want to pass the nature onto the Pokemon. So to do that, we need to give this an Everstone, and yes, this will be obviously breeding from scratch, which is something I didn't quite cover in the last live stream. So to pass on nature, we need to get the Pokemon with the preferred nature, the Everstone. So in this case, Adamant's one I want to pass on, so that's going to get hold of the Everstone, and the other Pokemon will get hold of the Destiny Knot. Now, people on the chat will explain this a lot better than me, because when I'm live streaming, I never explain this properly. So Everstone has, not Everstone, Destiny Knot can pass on 5 IVs, random, from either parent. So, for example, the Destiny Knot has a chance of passing on, like, HP from the Jangmo, attack from the Salandit, defense from the Jangmo, special attack from the Salandit, and then special defense from the Jangmo, and the last stat will get RNG, which is randomly generated. So I could get like a random number and speed if that was the case, so forth. Destiny Knot has been really cruel to me tonight, so I'm not too sure how this is going to go. Really, really cruel. I mean, I can demonstrate how cruel it's been to me if I go over to my Mimikyu boxes. This is how many attempts it took to get a bloody Jolly 5IV Mimikyu, because I never had the Jolly because Pimp Knight never gave it to me, so I had to RNG the Jolly nature onto it, but even then just trying to get 5 IVs was a real pain in the rear side. But hopefully that's not going to happen in this stream. Hopefully this Destiny Knot will be very nice and give me the IVs that I want. Now that I've said that, it's not going to happen. That's just basics anyway to Destiny Knot and Everstone. It kind of works a little bit easier when I'm demonstrating it. But as I said, people in... Oh, come on. That's bound to happen. Yeah, as long as I don't fuck up, the stream will move along a lot quicker. So obviously in the stream description, I have written I am not using the pen method. The pen method is just basically the... I'll demonstrate that really quickly. But as I said, I dislike the method, only because I like this method a little bit easier. It doesn't put me to sleep, and I swear to God, it will not break my thingy-jiggy as quickly as what this will. So what the pen method is, you go in here, and then you just run around. But the problem is, you gotta hold on B and like swivel your stick around like this. I mean, you could do it a lot slower. Personally, I'd get bored of this very quickly, because I'm not doing very much. And for me to continuously do something, I need to be doing something a lot more than just swiveling the stick around. Anyways, let's plop in the Jangmo and the Salandit, and let's get the breeding underway. So, other basic mechanics for breeding is if you have a Flame Body or Magma Armor Pokemon in your team, it will halve the steps needed to hatch a Pokemon. So, I probably should look up how many steps Salandit was, but I do believe it won't be as slow as what Jangmo is. So, I'd assume maybe 2 laps at the very most would be... 2 full laps of my route would be a hatched Salandit, so this is going to be very interesting. To get an egg, that randomizes between the Pokemon in the daycare. So the Jangmo is underneath my OT, and the Salandit is underneath my other OT, which means the egg should come out relatively quickly. You can also speed this up as well by getting a hold of an Oval Charm, which increases the rate of spawning the eggs. This can be obtained at the Game Freak headquarters in was it Hee City? It's a city that's just down south from here. Pretty easy to do. Right, there's no egg luckily, but I'll just show off where to get the Oval Charm. I won't personally do it because I've kind of wanted to stay away from Oval Charm because things hatch too bloody quickly as it is. Although, when I do go do, like, non-gender, yeah, Hee City. So the Game Freak thing is just in here. I think it's floor 2 that you find the Game Freak area. Yeah, so just in here. So if you battle this dude here, he'll give you the Oval Charm when you win that battle. Do have a little heads up though, he does like have level 60 Pokemon, I think it was. So if you just do that, you get the Oval Charm, and that will spit out eggs a lot quicker if you're struggling with eggs just not popping up as quickly as they should. Down the track I'll eventually get the Oval Charm, but at this point in time I kind of have not needed it. But down the track I probably will end up getting it, because it'll speed things up tenfold again. But normally I just use like... Or when I'm doing like a lot of the giveaway Pokemon, I just get Pokemon's eggs so quickly. I know, that's just me. Just can't get my IVs quick enough. If anyone wants Destiny Knot 2 and doesn't want to go through like Battle Tree or anything like that, grab a hold of some Lillipups. Grab 6 of them if you wish, all with pickup ability, and head to Route 1, turn off Experience Share, and just keep battling Pokemon and keep checking your items. Eventually a Destiny Knot will pop up on the Lillipups. I ended up doing a bit of research with my Twitter community. Big shout out to that Twitter community too, because they were a huge help in this, by the way. It was like level 11 to level 20, I do believe, has a chance of picking up the Destiny Knot. It just happened to happen with a lot of people, so I'm assuming it's somewhere along those level lines that finds the Destiny Knot. Will take quite some time. I think I lucked out, got it in half an hour. Pip got it in an hour, and a few people have like said that was the first thing they picked up. So if you do that, you should find a Destiny Knot. It should be a bit quicker than saving up battle points through Battle Royale or Battle Tree if you don't have competitive Pokemon on hand. That's what I personally did, because I got sick of Battle Tree, so I just did, well, I didn't even do Battle Royale. That annoyed me too. It's annoyed me just getting my bloody BP for battle the battle items. Sorry, power items. Bloody hell! Sorry guys, I woke up like 2 hours ago, so I'm still a bit drowsy. My cup of tea hasn't quite kicked in yet. Alright, there we go. That didn't take very long at all. I've only got 2 eggs. Alright, here comes the first Salandit. Okay. So what I need to go for here, unfortunately, is a bloody female. So it's a 12.5% chance. So while that's happening, I could possibly luck out and get a really decent IV'd female when it finally happens. Which is the whole point to Destiny Knots. So if we're doing it this way, I mean, we could have done it with a Ditto. But the chance of getting like decent IVs would have been... well, it still would have been dreadful, but I still have a chance of getting a really decent IV'd female. So I get a male, and there's the Adamant as well, so I got Poison Gas, which was obviously a level 1 move. There is another way of getting like... oh, there we go, we got 3 IVs straight off the bat! That's kind of neat. Shame it's not a female. I only thought I picked up 2 eggs. Maybe I miscounted already. Alright, so I'm just going to chuck them in my box. Just give me some idea on how long it's going to take me to breed these Pokemon. Once we get a female and a male, everything should start speeding up tenfold. Which is the whole point of getting like male and female. Alright, so another thing I'll be taking during the stream is requests for like the next Pokemon breeding stream. So if you got a Pokemon that you want me to see me breed, make sure to leave that in the comments and I'll hopefully be keeping an eye out on it. I'm going to try and figure out some way of setting up a poll or something for people to vote on. I've had a few, actually I've had not just a few, I think I've had a lot of requests for Tauropex. And that's for both hidden ability and normal ability. So that's both Merciless and Regenerator, since a lot of people are torn on what one to go for. And I will admit, I'm a bit torn too, because I did take a look at it. Regenerator works very well on bulky sets, and Merciless works very well on sweeping sets. So I guess it really depends on the set. They're the starters, yes, I've got them down on the database. And I have access to all 3 of them too, which is great. So they're definitely on the list. And I think... actually, they'd be very good contenders, actually, because Rowlet, I'm pretty sure, was from the Flying Egg group. And Field, I think. I'm just going to quickly look that up. Oh, wait, I went Popular, my bad. Where's my whole table? So Eevee's Field. I got Pichu, I got Igglybuff, I got okay, sorry, it was Popular I'm thinking of. So Popular is from Water 1 and Field, which works very well. I mean, I could even go on and do Dratini next, if I can find the hidden ability, and then pass that on to Popular, which is from Water 1 as well. Pretty sure Dratini is Water 1, plus Dragon, so I can breed that up with Salandit or Jangmo, depending on preference. Pass that on to the Dratini, which is from Water 1 Dragon as well, and then pass on to Populo, which then opens me up to Field, which will speed up Eevee. That could potentially work, actually. So I don't know, if people want to see me sit through Dratini, I guess we could do that as the next breeding live stream, and then pass on to Populo for breeding stream number 4. And then do Eevee breeding stream number 5. Actually, we would have covered quite a amount of Pokemon by then. Alright, so from now on I'll be actually paying attention to the chat. My bad if I've kind of missed a lot of questions. Alright, so there's the second Salandit. Yes, I will be looking at chat from now on, my bad. It's kind of like the first half an hour I don't look at chat because I've got to explain a lot of things, bring up a lot of resources and everything. And after that it's just clear sailing from there for chat. Okay, I haven't missed too much, which is awesome. Alright, so what I normally do, if I'm doing something like this, I'll hatch all 5 Pokemon in my party and build up eggs as I go along. It's just something I've found to be quite quick. I don't know, as I said, I've done a lot of breeding at the moment, and this is just a method that's just works so handy for bulk breeding. Pen method I could actually see working if you just want to breed like one Pokemon. If you do like 5 IVs to 5 IVs, then the pen method would work. Whereas if I want to do bulk breeding, this works a lot better. Why don't I have face cam on? I don't know, like, it's just in case I decide to do a 7-hour stream again. I can't do face cam for 7 hours. If it was a short stream like battle live stream or something like that, I would have face cam on, but since it's kind of I'm not always looking at the screen, I would be looking at the face cam very often. So maybe down the track when I do like Wi-Fi Wednesday live, I'll have face cam on, definitely. Because priceless reactions, but as for breeding live streams, there isn't really much reactions going on. It's just me like staring contently at my 3DS and talking. Not much is really happening. I mean, heck, actually, now that I think about it, the only reaction that you'll get from me is if I get a 6 IV. Because I'm not aiming for it. If anything, it actually pees me off. Alright, so how far am I from a full party? 1. Alright, next egg to hatch, I'll ditch everyone, check their IVs, check their genders. And then, if I get a female, I'll put that into daycare and remove the Japanese one. Not yet, actually, which is quite surprising because I've been using a Japanese Ditto for the Beldum. But at the same time, having said that, I don't have a shiny charm, so the chances of a shiny is like either 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 2,000. Oh look, it's a scumbag. Scumbag 1 has just appeared on the chat. I don't think Scumbag 2 will be on because he's currently touring Australia. Alright, there's the last egg. Time to see if I got any females. This is another thing too, like, I probably won't fuck up tonight because it's going to be me trying to get a female for the most of the beginning of the stream. Once that female pops up and it's 5 IVs and I get the male partner as well, I think that'll be smooth sailing because I can just read the 2 of them up. It's just passing natures that's going to be the problem. It's either I have to RNG the nature or I just wait. Oh, look at this. No female to be seen. 3, 3, 1. I'm getting eggs at like the snail pace as well, which is kind of annoying. Oh god. If I get a shiny female Salazzle, I'd end the stream and go get a lotto ticket. The chances of that would be quite small, especially with no shiny charm. If I did have a shiny charm, would be really good chances of it. Oh god, that'd be like... Well, actually no. It'd be a pathetic shiny because I obviously don't have 5 IVs. And I'm not using a 4 IV Ditto either. And I'm starting from 0. But speaking of shiny breeding, I will eventually end up doing that once I get the shiny charm. I'm either going to do it on the Japanese 3DS or I'll do it on this one. Yay, shiny Salandit! Fuck, it's male. Yeah, it's the same with combi. I have seen one person get 5IV female shiny combi. I hope they bought a lotto ticket that day too. But normally if anyone gets like a shiny combi, it's male. Which is obviously like the same as a male Salandit, completely useless unless you're doing LC. That's the only time you get around it. I don't... Honestly, hyper trading I'm a bit torn on. The only time I do hyper trading now is for legendaries or gift Pokemon or shiny Pokemon that I've caught. Or, you know, bred. I mean, that's probably the only time I'd be using hyper trading. Would be on a really bad shiny, like, if I did get a shiny Salandit and it was male or something like that at this stage. I would hyper train it. But that's the thing though. You can't breed on hyper trading IVs because it's just a placeholder and a modifier to be more exact. And they don't affect hidden power, so you can't pass on your bottle capped IVs anyways, which makes that useless. It doesn't affect hidden power, can't use it that way either. I mean, heck, the only advantage to that is I get a 6 IV hidden power ice Pokemon. And that's about it. So a lot of potential wasted, but as I said, like, it's really good on like shiny Pokemon with bad IVs, or legendary Pokemon which had the right nature but really bad IVs which saves hours of soft resetting, and gift Pokemon, again, same right nature but wrong, really bad IVs. Oh god. That's the question I asked on Twitter, is like, what exactly could you use a bottle cap for? Because I finally got like a bottle cap after playing for like 2 or 3 months. Funny thing was, got on the Japanese one instead of my English. I'm like, what exactly can I use this for? Because I don't use Ultra Beast all that much. And legendaries very rarely pop up on my teams as well, unless it's like Battle Spot. Well, they very rarely popped up on my team because I couldn't be bothered half the time soft resetting for a decent one. Unless I really, really wanted to use the Pokemon, then that's like an exception to the rule. But it's like, ugh, what's the point to a bottle cap? Because it doesn't really do too much. But yeah, a gold bottle cap matches like the single IV to 31, and a silver bottle cap just raises an IV by 1. I mean, honestly, if they'd added in a bottle cap that lowers IVs, for example, putting speed down to 0, like, even if it doesn't pass, I could still use that on like my brave natures or my relaxed natures, sassy natures, and quiet natures and all that to do Trick Room. Without that, I can't really do too much. I still gotta breed for it. Didn't even get a female still, god damn it. Alright, calling it now, it's going to take me an hour to get a female, and it's going to have 1 IV. I'm trying my best to avoid the Tapus. They're all really strong. They're strong in their own decent ways. But again, unless I really want to try a gimmick out on it, it's about the only time I'd use them. It's the main reason why I haven't caught the Ultra Beast or the Tapus yet. Still waiting for a set that it's actually got me curious to use. Well, I'll tell you what, this is where Oval Charm would have came in handy. I didn't think I'd be getting eggs so bloody slowly. Oh well, so this is the part of the stream where everyone rubs it in that they get 2 females in 1 batch. Well, to be perfectly honest, the last time I did, actually no, we did a breeding race, me and Pimp. This was back in X and Y. When obviously the new mechanics came in. Pimp wanted I think it was a Togetic that he wanted. So he's like, oh god damn it, I can't get a female in time or something like that. So me and him started having a breeding race. And in the first batch of eggs, I got a 5IV female. And, well, who knows how long Pimp would have been sitting there trying to get a female. That's the last time I've done a breeding race because I think Pimp got very salty. Oh, come on. Can I have some, like, eggs? So much for getting eggs faster on, like, 2 different OTs. Two... Oh, the other scumbag's here. What's this? There's 2 scumbags on my chat now. Oh, now that he's rocked up, I should get, like... And another person that hasn't read the description. Yay, this is what I mean. It doesn't matter if I put it in the description or not, people still don't read it. I will admit that I do miss my loops. X and Y and Oris, I will admit I used X and Y a bit more than Oris. Didn't quite like Oris' looping method, but... I don't know. X and Y was just so easy. I could just get my eggs, fly to Luminous City and just run around the middle. Have like hatching power on. And that, not only that, the O powers, I kind of wish they stuck around for a bit longer too. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping the next Pokemon game has an actual loop we can use. Even though it like broke my analog stick. I did actually mention at one point the pen method would actually work if I wanted a single 5IV Pokemon, but for mass breeding it just doesn't work. And at the same time, I swear to god, that would break the analog stick a lot quicker than this method. I think the only way to get another Everlight would be either battle tree with battle points or trade with another game. Actually, I still gotta get my Everlight off my Japanese game. Alright, so I'm either hatching my Pokemon way too quickly before I can get my eggs, or I'm just really bad spawns on my eggs, which is really annoying. Alright, there's another one hatched before I can get another egg. It's either I had to take off my Flame Body Pokemon, or I just hopefully get the best luck with my spawns, or I just go give up and get my Oval Charm. Actually, no, I shouldn't, because once I go same OTs, this will slow down a little bit. It's only because I got 2 different... There's 3 IVs, still male. And heck, I could go get the Oval Charm, speed the egg spawning rate up a bit more. That's the thing, I'm hatching my Pokemon way too quickly at this point in time. It'd be handy if it wasn't a low percentage for a female. I might actually need the Oval Charm now that I think about it. Okay, getting the worst luck. I'll do another batch. If I still get dreadful luck, I'm gonna go get the Oval Charm. Just throw in the towel. I was kind of hoping I'd last a bit longer. Testing my will and determination. It's not working. Then again, I've hatched quite a lot of eggs at this point in time. Yeah, that's the thing. I may actually have to get the oval charm. I may have to just, like, throw in my pride and just get it. Actually, how many eggs have I hatched without the oval charm? I've done really well without it. Okay, that's not it. I haven't hatched that many eggs. I've hatched over 1,000 eggs now. Woohoo! Showed us an update in real time. I'll just take a stop at the Pokemon Center. I'll swap the screens just to show the stats on my plaza. Because I was supposed to bring that up first. I completely forgot. Three. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get any better than 3 at this rate, but that's fine. Once I get that female, everything will just speed up tenfold, as I said. Okay, so that's my egg count at this point in time. As I said, completely forgot to show at the start of the stream because I like doing a comparison of how many eggs I hatch. So, I'm trying to think. I've had a few days off because of work. I don't know, it's probably been about a week. Not like constantly breeding, but at least decent time hatching. So that's 1,000 eggs. I think I ended the last stream at 800, I think. So I've hatched... Okay, I've hatched 200 Mimikyu eggs. That's decent. Plus Beldum eggs, I think. I might have done some of them. Yep, okay. Apparently breeding's hard. Alright, back to like that. So there's a comparison. So normally about halfway through the stream I'll do a comparison from the start of the live stream to about that point for how many eggs I've hatched. It's just a way of showing, like, I don't know, I'm trying to drill it in that breeding isn't as hard as people perceive it to be. I mean, honestly, it's as hard as people make it. I mean, if you want to do it the way I'm doing it, and yes, this Salandit will be hard, but if you do it up with a Ditto, it shouldn't be that hard. And if you SOS for a 4 IV Ditto, you shouldn't have any problems doing a Salandit breeding. I'm just purposely making it hard, because otherwise it's no fun. But you can see just straight off the bat, working with just a 5 IV from the same egg group, it's just sped it up tenfold. The males that I'm getting have all 3 IVs straight off the bat. I think if I worked with a 4 IV Ditto, there is still a chance of getting 3 IVs straight off the bat. But I'd say I'd had... 1 IV. I'd say I'd probably have a less likely chance of doing 3 IV, because I'm going to pick up the 2 bad IVs on the Dittos and the 1 bad IV on the Jangmos. So most of my Dittos don't have special attack, so I'd say they'd be picking up special attack most of the time because horrible luck. Yeah, if the 3DS is asking to like put a name in for the friend codes, just whack in a random letter, that still works. Once it's both people have added in their friend code, it should automatically put the person's name in. Alright, the pen method. A few people have asked what the pen method is. Only reason I put it in the description because everyone asks why I don't use it. So this is the pen method. All you gotta do is walk into this pen, hold down the B button, and then shivel around on your analog stick. This does count towards your eggs, but the steps only count if you move to the side. So you can't just like hold it down and do this, because it doesn't count. You just stop moving. But the problem I find with this is it's going to cramp your thumb up, and it's also going to destroy your analog stick eventually if you do like hardcore breeding like I do. But at the same time as well, you got to keep getting off your Taurus to go collect an egg as well and go to the Pokemon Center. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Like, just doing that for like 10 seconds is enough to cramp my thumb up. But mind you as well, I've kind of got really bad fingers. Actually, with bad fingers, I shouldn't even be gaming, full stop. But I do this method as well because it puts less strain on my thumb. Hidden Power Ground wouldn't be that bad. Once you got the 30s, it's not that bad. And you don't need 0 either. You just do a random number in attack as long as it's the right... It's either even or odd. Can't remember off the top of my head. Still haven't got a female. See, this is the thing. If I was using Ditto, I'd probably already have a 5 IV off the bat. Of course I got something with Flame Body. Actually, if anything, getting 6 like that would be even harder, because you got to rely on the RNG to RNG as 0. I have yet to RNG as 0. I mean, heck, if I RNG to 0, I'd be doing Trick Room. I did, like, an insane amount of boxes with Beldum and Jangbo, were both kind of needing a 0 for their sets, but not a single one popped up. Yeah, rip Hatching Power. Ah, I actually do miss that function. It also worked for Friendship too. Didn't use anything else other than Hatching and Friendship. Maybe catching O-Power. Oh wow. Okay, it must be just my bad luck. I have yet to get a 0 in anything. I'm pretty sure 0's worst, isn't it? If it comes up on the IV checker, it's worst. Because I've seen no good. That's probably the lowest I've been. I actually don't mind the Pelago Super Training because it means I don't need to physically play the game. So for someone who has to work as well as playing the game, while I'm at work I can just have Pokemon in the Pelago getting EV trained. Which is great if for all my double teams and all that. Singles I can EV train no problem, but it's my doubles where I have the really odd EV spreads that would need a bit of extra time, so I can just throw them in and just let them be at their own accord, which is great. AFK EV training. Oh, no good is 0? Ah, where the hell did I read that was worst? Maybe that's the Japanese kanji is worst. God damn it, so I have gotten 0. Not in speed. Actually no, I think someone told me it was worst. See, this is why I'm a bit iffy about comments sometimes. Hey, I got a female! I got 2 IVs. I can't complain, but still. Fuck. Alright, we got ourselves a female, so I'm just gonna make room in my box. So now we've got our first female. It's 2 IVs. Hopefully in the right spots. I didn't RNG special attack. Nice. HP and defense. So we're starting off with that. We can now remove the female Salandit from daycare. And as I said, yep, that's what I want to remove. So obviously, as I said, if you're using Ditto, this would get sped up tenfold. Kind of takes the fun out of demonstrating different breeding methods, I guess, if I did it that way. Alright, so now I want to grab the Destiny Knot and move that to the new female Salandit partner. Female hype! Woohoo! Totally not sexist! Alright, so I can now put that back in my original box because that gets traded back to the Japanese game. Alright, so this is where the eggs are going to slow down again because they're both in my OT. Which is always fun, but the funny thing is the Jangmo eggs sped out a bit quicker than what my Japanese Salandits did, so hopefully the eggs start speeding up. I release my Breejects at the end. It's kind of like a way of showing how many eggs it takes to, well, with my bad luck, to get a decent Pokemon. I mean, normally under normal conditions, I would release Pokemon. But for demonstration purposes, I'm kind of leaving them there just as a showcase on how long it takes to get a Pokemon. But yeah, if I was playing just in my own time, I would be releasing Pokemon. This, however, would be where I kind of wish they added in a mass release option. Because then I wouldn't even need to do it every time I got like a Breeject. I'd just release it. Just let them all build up and then mass release them. That would be awesome. Still waiting for a mass delete on friend codes as well. Five of these male isn't that bad. You can always just breed it up with a female and keep doing that, which is what I'll potentially be doing. At the same time, if you're a Smogon player, 5 of male wouldn't be that bad for LC. If anything, you kind of need a male Salandit for LC for breeding. So what you do there is you just hook up both a male and female with the moves that you want. So let's say you want to teach a Salandit trying to off the top of my head a move it learns. Like for example, if you want to do, let's bring up its moves. I think it learns like Flame Charge or something like that, but that's a TM, so that's a bad example. Oh, also as well, the Munchlax event is ending soon for those who haven't picked up your Munchlax with the Snorlaxium Z. That's just a PSA. Alright, so let's say for example you wanted to teach a LC Pokemon, which is level 5, Salandit Dragon Pulse. What you'd do there is you'd raise a male and a female Salandit up to level 48 and have both of them know Dragon Pulse. I think Dragon Pulse is a TM as well. That's another bad example. Okay, let's do Nasty Plot. That's not a TM, which is level 32. So, again, you'd have a male and female with Nasty Plot, which is level 32. And obviously, at level 5, you can't normally learn Nasty Plot. So what would happen is, if both the male and the female had Nasty Plot, the offspring, or the eggs that you hatch, all the Salandits would have nasty plot as well. So that's one advantage to having like a male. You could potentially level that up. And use it as like a move passer. Great way of getting like moves very quickly on Pokemon as well. Like eventually down the track I will be showing that off. But at this point in time, while I'm being very, very slack on my competitive breeding, well, not so much slack on my competitive breeding, it's more competitive training I've been very slack on. Alright, so I think the chances for shiny have disappeared. I think this might be my last egg from the Japanese batch. Nothing wrong with Specs Gigas, that's actually pretty fun as well. That was an old set I used to use back in 4th gen. Another fun set to use, especially in multi-battles, is Support Regigigas. That's another fun one. Oh, look at this! 4 IVs! God damn it! Okay, that was a very nice one. Just a shame I didn't get the special defense. Alright, so that's just from a 2 IV and a 5 IV, so that's extremely nice. So there is a chance of picking up a 5 IV from here. Not as high a chance, but it can still happen. Gotta bring up the Salandits. So if I can get another female, with anything higher than 2 IVs, and that should almost give me a chance of giving a 5 IV. Oh, so that thing. I think it runs so many sets. What is this, like Serena? Obviously my dyslexia is gonna butcher that, but I just call it the thing with really big hips. If I get any spare times during the stream, where I want to just relax my thumb, I might go through a bit of set building as well. Or just like suggestions or something like that. But eventually down the track I do want to run like streams where I just discuss like potential Pokemon sets or something like that. Or just like, you know, people suggest a Pokemon to me and they suggest like a supportive role or something like, or role in general. So like sweepy physical Salandit or a special Salandit, something like that. Or they ask what's a set they could potentially run on a particular Pokemon. The chances of getting a 5IV Ditto, I think, was like 1 in 32. So it's like a 32%. No, it was less than that, I think. It's like 16% chance of finding a 5IV Ditto or something like that. So there is a chance, but it is quite a small one. And it's even smaller for 6IV. It is possible to get legit 5IV Ditto in X and Y. And I'd say it's the same in Oris, but it was a lot smaller than what X and Y was. I think I read somewhere to get a 5IV Ditto in X and Y Friend Safari was like 1 in 2,000 or something like that. I can't remember what the statistics were on it, but a 6IV, I haven't seen any. It was like 1 in 32, I can't remember, because I've had bad luck too since I've been doing Ditto hunting myself. Speaking of which, because I had a few people ask, am I doing another Ditto stream? Yes, I will be. I'll kind of mix it up between like breeding and Ditto hunts and a few other streams I've got in mind. Obviously I've got to work them around like my work schedule and editing as well, which I've been very slack on. Alright, what do we get? Check IVs, 3, and that's a very close 4. God damn it. Alright, I'm down to 1 egg. Oh, the temptation to go grab Oval Charm is quite high now. Alright, anyone want to make bets when the next female one's gonna pop up? It's about the only advantage of having bottle caps is if someone's got a really bad shiny with bad IVs, you could always bottle cap it up to have decent IVs. Okay, I'm out of eggs. Bugger. Okay, I think I'm gonna digress for a second, because this is really annoying. I have officially thrown in the towel. I said I wasn't gonna go get the Oval Charm, but I think I'm gonna have to. Just for the sake of speeding this whole stream up, so... I'm gonna need Incinerator. Where's Vikavolt? I should really only need Incinerator and Vikavolt, but just in case. Those 3 should do it. They're in like high 70s, 80s. Oh wait, why have I got Pinsir? No, I don't want Pinsir. I think my touchscreen needs recalibrating again. Alright, let's do this. I can't remember what he leads with. Vigavolt should, as I said, Vigavolt should be fine. Alright, give me my Oval Charm. It even says I forgot to save before the battle, that's funny. Right, he leads with a Kangaskhan. Oh shit, he's got 6 Pokemon. What about that? Right, this should not be Mega. Oh, great, it's got Fake Out. Okay. I'm sensing some semi-decent competitive sets. Oh, Dizzy Punch. Well, that's not normally competitive. Oh, really? Oh, he swapped. What the? Not very often I see that happening. He totally didn't predict that. Oh, baby doll eyes. That's kind of annoying. Ooh. Those baby doll eyes only say another swap. Oh, Machamp. Well, this is gonna tank this like a beast. This is crazy! I've never seen an NPC swap so much. Oh, damn. Ouch. Okay, I somewhat reason thought I'd outspeed that. Okay, that's dead. That's another thing I forgot to add to the description. I won't accept trade offers. Flame Burst, nope. Ah, this is where I need Doug Trio. What if I can take this out with Darkest Lariat? Oh, sorry, Malicious Moonlight. Oh, damn it. This won't kill. Oh, sorry, it did. That was a crit. That's why. The odds are actually 1 in 4,092 to be precise. So it's close, it's just rounded down. Okay, that's just gonna go for Fake Out. No, it didn't. Okay, here comes the Dragonite. Okay, just gonna Stone Edge this one. Okay, there's... If it had multi-scale, that's gone. Okay, it definitely had multi-scale. Okay, the last Pokemon is Jolteon. Well, that's game. There's my Oval Charm. Oh, damn it, used Quick Attack. Of course it did! Me trying to be a smartass for a Sucker Punch. Who reckons Pimp should do a theme team based on that particular team? I reckon he should. Okay, there we go. There's the Oval Charm. So I just demonstrated where to get the Oval Charm. Kinda did want to save that for a guide, but oh well. I'm gonna have to do it in Japanese. There is nothing wrong with Vespiquen at all. Very, very underrated Pokemon in my honest opinion. As someone who has nearly swept a lot of people with a Vespiquen. Alright, let's go back to egg hatching. Now I can get my eggs a lot quicker. Hopefully it balances out between hatching and getting them. Now I can throw my pretties back into the box. Okay, back to breeding. No, you don't need the lower decks to get the Oval Charm. If anything, the thing you get from the lower decks is the Shiny Charm. Okay, well that sped up getting my eggs a lot quicker. Kinda sad I had to rely on Oval Charm. I was kinda hoping to, like, as I said, get around that. Yeah, that's one thing, is like, at this point in time we don't have the national decks. So yeah, and not only that as well, I think a lot of people complained about having to get the whole national decks as well, excluding event Pokemon to get shiny decks. So I do agree getting the shiny decks a bit earlier is, in fact, a huge advantage. I mean, heck, it gives people like me a chance to get shiny charms since I don't even bother with the national decks half the time. I think the only time I've ever bothered with the national decks is back in X and Y, since I've got at least one game to do shiny breeding on. So as I said, eventually down the track I'll have the shiny charm for Sun and Moon. Oh, as I went to go to talk to the daycare lady, I get an egg as well. I wouldn't really say Gen 1er because they were trying to push like Gen 1 Pokemon, considering Pokemon Red, Blue, Green and Yellow came out 20 years ago. I mean, you may as well say whoever designed the Alolan Pokemon was a Gen 1er as well, but as I said, they're kind of pushing the whole 20th anniversary. try and rack some eggs up before I start focusing on hatching. Not really, the whole point behind representing Gen 1 was because it's the biggest seller in the entire series. I mean, there's never been a Pokemon game outside of the first gen that sold well over 20 million units. I think the closest was like Generation 2, which is why they've made such a big emphasis on Generation 1. Oh, look at this! Ah! Talk about BS luck. I've been getting this all night. Please don't leak into the stream for freak's sakes, luck. Ah, god damn it. If only that was female, that would have been awesome. I do read the chat. Ah, damn it. If that was a 5 IV, that would have been bloody awesome, because that would have been the luckiest egg catch I've had by far. That would have been male knocked off relatively early in the stream too. Hell, that was a block comment for a reason. Guys, remember not to promote Power Save or even talk about it in this chat. It's discouraged here. Pretty sure 4th gen was nowhere close. Sorry, I was incorrect. Here we go. 4th gen was nowhere close. In total units, Pokemon Diamond, Pearl and Platinum sold 25 million units. Compared to Pokemon Red, Green, Blue and Yellow, sold 47.552 million. The remakes for Pokemon Red, Green, Blue and Yellow sold 59 million. And then Gold, Silver, Crystal sold 29 million. Which is the original. And then apparently there's remake. Oh no. Okay, they include remakes for this one. Including remakes, which is Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, sold 42.21 million units. So the original units for Pokemon Red, Green, Blue and Yellow, without the remakes, was 47 million. Put in your remakes, which is Fire Red and Leaf Green, is 59 million. How much did the digital copies sell? I don't think they've put in their remakes. No digital copies at all. Okay, that was included. Virtual copies only sold 1.5 million units. So by themselves, Red, Green and Blue for the Game Boy was 31 million and Pokemon Yellow sold 14.64 million units. So 4th gen was nowhere close to like... Now 4th gen even with remakes didn't sell that much at all. Diamond and Pearl 17 million and Platinum 7 million. Nowhere close. Physical Salandit is actually really fun. The fact that it gets Leech Life as well. And it gets Knockoff. So it hits like Psychic type Pokemon. Whereas the special set hasn't really got anything to hit like Psychic type Pokemon. It's about the only downside to running the special set. Honestly, the one I really want to try is a mix set. I've come up with a really interesting set for that. Most bizarre EV spread though. Hey, female! What is this madness?! Yeah, but that's the thing, Heart Gold Soul Silver isn't included in Diamond, Pearl and Platinum. It's technically a remake of 2nd Gen. But seriously though, what is this? That was only from a 5 IV and a 2 IV, and I got a 5 IV female out of it. My first 5 IV was a female. Oh well, talk about that bad luck just disappeared. Well, there we go. Breeding isn't hard, it didn't even take me a box. Well, even if you include Heart Gold Soul Silver with Diamond and Pearl, it still does not even come close to 1st generation. Putting those two together, it's only... That's only 38 million units. Whereas, as I said, the originals for Pokemon Red, Blue and Green come into 47 million. Still doesn't come close. It still sold more than the original 2nd generation, yes, but it still didn't come close to beating 1st generation at all in units. And yes, there's a physical Salazzle. That's female out the way. Oh, I didn't even bring up the notepad for this. God damn it. That's what happens when everything crashes the first time. Right, that's one. So now I can whack that into daycare because that's obviously superior. And I can take out the Jangmo as well and move it on to... No, I can't because this will need a male. Once I get the male Salandit, that's easy peasy. So that's got to come out. Lol, hey you Pikachu. Oh, that is such a bad game. I hate Hey You Pikachu. Ugh. I've never had a game made me rage so much. Yes, that's one good plus to Sun and Moon. I don't level up in daycare, which makes it even better for egg moves. So if, you know, for some odd reason you got to take a Pokemon out of daycare or something like that, you take them out and they don't have the egg move anymore. Whereas now they retain their egg move because there's no level up. That was one thing I really hated in Sun and Moon, in X and Y and Oris, was you put a Pokemon in, starts off at level 1, by the time you do your breeding, they're like level 20 or level 30 by that stage. and have lost all their egg moves. So you gotta reteach them that, which tends to be you go out, see for Love Disc, for Heart Scale, move delete. Wasted a lot of time, whereas now I don't even need to worry about that. Alright, so I think I had to hatch 4 eggs, I think it was, I had remaining from the previous mother. So once that's done, I'll be on the 5 and 5. So there's a really high chance for a 5 IV now. Not guaranteed because of that bloody special attack. So we can at least see a good high chance of getting a adamant male with 5 IVs. Once that's done, I'll swap it over to Jolly. That'll be a male Jagmo with Jolly, and then we 5 the 5 again because we've already got the female Salandit. Knock that off. And then from there, I'm going to have to introduce special attack into the equation and do modest and timid. Not true, because I've technically done this with Combi back in X and Y and Oris. It just comes down to luck. And it's the same with the starter Pokemon too. If I threw a Ditto Win with a starter Pokemon, same gender ratio, doesn't increase the female. It's just RNG on that one. RNG just doesn't work in my favour most of the time. Actually, the physical one does technically work. Good old Showdown's about the only time I ever use it to simulate things. Outside of that, I don't very rarely use Showdown. I actually prefer the physical Salandit and Salazzle. A lot of people don't expect it. Stream should not be down, unless I've like blocked out or something. I'm not dropping frames. Maybe it's just either YouTube or someone else's end. That's weird. Stream's not down for me. 144p though for me. Yee! Okay, maybe it's just YouTube, but stream's not down on my end. Yeah, well, that's the thing, like, certain Pokemon, certain people get lucky on certain things, and other people get unlucky on those type of things. I mean, just heck, look at my shiny hunting back in Oris. That was dreadful disaster. Whereas people were getting shinies, like, a lot quicker than I was. I was even using a thing that wasn't modified by Shiny Charm at all, and I still took me about 16 hours to find a shiny. Yeah, I still can't believe, like, the first one that pops up for 5 IVs is a female. Should have been the male, but oh well, can't complain, I got it. That'll be probably the breeding partner for most of the night. Was that towards me, about how old I am? If that question was aimed at me, I'm 24. Oh, okay. It wasn't aimed at me, but there you go, if anyone was curious. Yes! You ripper! There's the mail. And that's the first one knocked off. We got one done. Now I know that question wasn't asked aimed at me, because everyone should know where I'm from. Okay, one done. And you'd be surprised, if you think outside the box, Adamant is actually quite good. As I said, I was surprised, but I did a run on Showdown and it was really good. Okay, so we've got the male Salandit, so now we move on to Jolly. And now I've got to figure out where I'm going to put these. Might stick them in there. Actually, have I got any Fantastics at all? I don't think I have. Normally I pay attention to that. I mean, heck, if I really wanted to get hidden power, I'd just do Jang mode and pass it on. But looks like there's no Fantastics as of yet, which is kind of annoying. No. Yeah, there we go. There's Fantastic and Special Defense. I got a hidden power box? I should. Okay, normally I have a hidden power box set up, but it looks like I don't. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there they are there. I'm just going to set up a hidden power box because normally I am efficient. I've already got one running. So these are all my hidden power passes that go in here. So that means anyone with 30 gets put into that box for those who aren't aware of how hidden power passing works. These should be all... Nope. They're all 30. There should be some more. I'm pretty sure I got more than that for 30. There we go, there's some more. I think that's how many... I'm pretty sure they're all my hidden power passes for Jangmo. This is when I had that clusterfuck of Jangmos. Everything just collides together. Okay, that's all of them. Alright, so now we've got that set up. Where's that 30... Whoops. Where's that 30? There's that one. I think that's the only Fantastic I've gotten. Okay, sweet. Okay, we'll just set this back here. Okay, sweet. Yeah, I've got Pokemon with Pokerus. They're all sitting in my box at the moment to try and preserve it. At this point in time, I don't have a competitive team on my game, which is funny because I've got that many draft sets piling up now that I should actually get on top of that. I think I've got like 10 different Komodo sets, same with probably Hakumo, and I've got probably 6 Salazzle sets now. Been very busy drafting my movesets. Oh, wait, I did all that, and I completely forgot to throw in a new bloody Jangmo. Ah! Alright, where's my jolly one? I went to the box, completely got distracted by hidden power. I'll grab that, why not? The chances of me picking up another one is quite slim. Alright, so now we need to take out the Jangmo. Have I even got room for it? No. There's a really good chance I fluked that 5 IV. Really, really good chance. Oh wait, I didn't even mark this off in the database. Alright, so just going back to the database, just to show what's going on my end. So as I said, showed up earlier, for those who've also joined us and missed, this is just the database that I use to just keep track of all my Pokemon. So, how this all works is I get my Pokemon, I breed them, get like all my goals and everything, and then I mark off if they're complete, which is what I've done here. And I've also marked on how many I've got of them. So at the moment I've only got one of each gender. So it kind of tells in the back of my head like I've got a breeding partner, and if I've got 2 of them it means I've got a breeding partner and I've also got a Pokemon I can use for competitive. So if I had like 2 female Salandits, for example, I know I've got one to breed with, and I know I've got one to use in competitive battling. We bring up like Jangmo, for example. I've got a lot of adamants to work with, which is kind of really bad because there's not too many adamant sets I'm working with. Maybe like a Choice Scarf, Hakamo, and Komono. I've got... this one. I've got a lot of jolly ones, which is great because I've got a few of them. And as for everything else, so you can see like I've got to breed more sassy natures, which may not pop up as much, but it's still something I've got to breed more of in case I do need a few more of them. I'd need like a few more brave. I have like 1 to work with at this point in time. So that's just my way of knowing I've got to breed more of them. So eventually as I go through, I'd mark off more of these and go like, okay, I need more of this to use in competitive, and otherwise they just sit eventually in Pokebank waiting for me to either breed using more of, and at the same time as well, these also go towards Pip Knight's channel. So if he needs a certain Pokemon, like for example, he needs like a Komono or a Hakamo with a really strange nature, this is where he gets them from. He'd get them off me. So he'd go through my list and be like, alright, I need this. Have you got any spares? If I don't, I'd quickly breed him up one. Then you just EV train it from there. Same with like he needs like a Salazzle or a Salandit. I've personally talked with him. He reckons he doesn't need a defensive one due to its like really lackluster stats and defense and special defense and special defense. But he'll definitely need one of both physical, special, and mixed natures. So when that does eventually happen, he'll just grab one off me, EV train it up to his needs, give it the moves whatever he needs as well, whether it be egg moves or whatnot, and then he'll just go from there. So this works for both myself and for Pip Knight as well. So this is kind of like the breeding service I put up. I did also mention in the last live stream as well that I would eventually probably set up a Patreon as well that would have a breeding service, since I get asked that question a lot. That'll be a thing as well. So that's what's happening on my end for those who are curious why I break a little bit after getting a particular Pokemon. Alright, so back to breeding. Alright. Oh, is there a Charizard event going on? Alright, so I need to take out the Jangmo. It's a shame that Charizard event is like only a rock up to the event to get, because otherwise I would have gone and got that since I got the Japanese 3DS. Also, it's showing we have no Pokemon centers here in Australia at all, because there's a lot of events that go on at those places. Right, where's my Jollies? There we go, Jolly and Mail. I was trying to do it really fancy, but it's not going to work. Alright, so now since we've got the female to breed off, all we need to do is just give this the Everstone again. Since we want to pass the nature only from this Jangmo, and the Destiny will do the rest of the work for us. Although in Ninetales, I'm pretty sure can run multiple roles, whether it be sweepy set or supportive set, or special defensive set, if it's the same as like a normal Ninetales, so there is multiple natures you could run for a Ninetales. It's very similar to like the Magina event. Actually, speaking of which, I actually do have the Japanese Magina event. I should probably get around to scanning that and find out if it's like a one-time use or a multiple use like the Europe and Australian one, or the US one. It came in like this really awesome, it's called like Yu-Gal little disc, which is like another Pokemon arcade game being used in Japan, so it's really cool. So you get the QR code, you can also use it for the arcades in Japan. So it's probably the same way as the Charizard thing's working too. You get your Charizard thing, and you can use it in the Pokemon or Gale arcades. I'm gonna look that one up. Because if we can get a hold of that, that'd be awesome. Okay, so I think I'm going to hatch about either 4 or 5 eggs to get the Jolly natures popping up. No, you can't breed Ash Greninja since that is an event only. Kind of a shame you can't breed it though. At the same time though, that's a given because Ash Greninja is really easy to get a hold of. As long as you don't mind deleting your entire game. Ash Greninja would be like pretty decent in Battle Tree actually. Especially the special set. You need like, you could almost abuse Water Shuriken actually in Battle Tree, that would work very well. I want to try the physical set out, see if that's any decent on Battle Tree. Just a shame though it doesn't get things like a lot of the Greninja breeding moves. Kind of a disappointment. Oh, look at this! Ah! I call BS! They're so similar in IVs. What is that? That's crazy. No, not doing fake out Salandit just yet. But then I want to knock off the Kangaskhan breeding stream before I do that. Because then I can demonstrate like breeding partners. And considering well, it was almost a very close poll, but everyone wanted me to breed every Pokemon for these streams, so there's like very little personal breeding I can do now. Otherwise I break my promise. So I've got a huge task ahead in 2017, just like going through and live streaming me breeding all of the breedable Pokemon in the game, so yay. But then again, once I've done it once, I kind of don't need to do it again unless I need like extras, as I explained on the database. That will be ease peas because I've already done all the hard work. Oh god, I cannot wait for bloody Pokebank to come out. It's a blessing in disguise, Pokebank, I swear. Or really, if anyone's watched Pip Knight's channel, should know that anything's OP if you know how to use it correctly. Which is one of like the U-Buttes about this game, is anything can work as long as you know how to play the game. It's the reason why a lot of my crazy sets work on doubles. Just the low on dex for Shiny Charm, thankfully. One of the easiest gens to get Shiny Charm. I will admit that again, I do take that as a positive since a lot of people complained about it in X and Y and Oris. Oh god. Gold bottle caps in Pelago. It's taken me 2 or 3 months to get a gold bottle cap in Pelago. Hey, there's another adamant one. It's male, but I don't care. I can still use it. Oh, 4 IV. I always have uses for 5 IV males. Okay, we should be coming close now to Jolly. Yeah, he could do that. I just need to breed Fake Out onto Salandit. It's about the only breeding move I think you'll need. But as I said, like, male Salandit isn't completely useless if you play Smoke on LC, which is, as I said, Little Cup, level 5s only. Male Salandit can come very handy in there. I don't think Type Null's NFE. I'm pretty sure Type Null will go to like PU or maybe NU. I don't know, I just find Type Null to be a little good. Our next rematch. I don't know, with like the recent meme that's come out, I mean heck, I never nickname my Pokemon, so what? there's no point of us rematching because it'll just get considered rigged. La 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 la. But no, on a more serious note, we will be probably rematching soonish, I'd say. I don't know. We kind of just rematch whenever the hell we feel like it. I mean, I've known him now for 6 years. Or 6 or 7, one of the two. And I've battled him a lot of times to equate to like a lifetime, so... I don't know, I'm not really in a rush to rematch him. Yes, I was waiting for someone to finally point that out. Torracat is a slightly bit better than Incinerator. But then again, as I said, like, each to their own, I guess, in regards to, like, what a Pokemon's good for. Incinerator has its own perks. And Torracat has its own perks, too. I mean, the only problem with Torracat is it doesn't get Darkest Lariat, which is quite handy. So Darkest Lariat and the doubles, considering how Intimidate heavy it is, especially when Bank comes out, be extremely handy since it bypasses that. Or like defensive. I wouldn't say type null be Yu. First Pokemon I breed when Pokebank comes. Fuck me! Ah, really? First Julia gets female and it's like nearly a 6 IV. If I did this in my own time, that would have been a 6 IV. And all of my 6 IVs have actually not been bred on stream. No, then you get this garbage. No, that's freaking crazy. That is a good Salandit. You can almost get away with that being a mix attacker if it wasn't Jolly. But I still would like to breed at least luck out of 1 6 IV. Then I could say, look, all my 6 IVs are in fact legit, in case anyone wants to get really freaking iffy with me. That's the thing, like, I know I've said it in the past live stream, but every now and again I get one person who accuses me of hacking, even though, like, that's far from the truth. I mean, heck, look at what some people are doing accusations now. If you don't nickname your Pokemon, the battle's considered rigged. Well, sorry to all those people who have battled me in the past. Apparently our battle's been rigged. Sorry, the memes are too strong for this stream. You know, that's the thing, like, I've gotten 3 6 IVs just by complete fluke. Wasn't even aiming for them. Especially the Mimikyu, was not going for that one. Oh, really? That's... where the hell did that hour go for? So, Pip just came back from... oh, he'll be coming back from like a really intense workout. I don't know what you'd equate it to. But it's like you do non-stop training for 45 minutes. And this is the first time he's done it. He's done very little workout for like a year. So when he comes back at about 6 o'clock, I'm calling it now, he's going to be dead. He'll be going, oh, so sore, so sore. Although I can't complain. Or say anything because the first time I did a workout after doing about 6 months of no workout at all thanks to physiotherapy, I was a bit sore personally, so I shouldn't complain. I'm calling it now. God damn, after 5 eggs. As I said though, like I've had situations where I've done pursuit breeding in the past, however I didn't do it with 5 IVs. I've done breeding with like Japanese dittos that I've caught in the Japanese 3DS, gone and bred with them for a new competitive team. First egg could be like shiny Ninkata with 2 IVs, I think there was like a shiny Pancham, no IVs. They had right natures, so if I traded them to Sun and Moon I just bottle cap them up I guess. No, Pimp actually bred that Smeagol, that wasn't me. Remember, Pimp does his own breeding too, doesn't heavily rely on me, it's just if he needs something quickly, it gets it off me. The reason why people were surprised he didn't have a full Pokédex at like 500 play hours. It's like, you gotta keep in mind as well as like, breeding takes up a bit of time as well. Like, if you look at my playtime, I've got 352 hours, and I've been doing, I don't know, probably 200 hours, that's probably breeding. Good old Assault vs Mudsdale, that thing is so good. I mean, it tanks special attacks a bit better. Calm Nature Popular would be decent. Lowers attack, which you wouldn't be running anyways unless you're running a really unique set. And then raises defense, I think, just off the top of my head. It's either 50-50 there. It's either defense or special defense that Calm raises. But yeah, Bold would be... Actually, I haven't even looked at Primarina. Let's have a look. Primarina. Actually, no. Going for a raising special defense would be a lot better unless you're running an Assault Vest set. So yeah, Calm Nature would be preferred. Go Calm Nature, raises a special defense, drops its attack. As I said, the only time you'd be not dropping attack is if you're running physical type moves. And you just rely on Scold. And again, you could run Bold Nature if you're doing Scold on it. So max health, max special defense, Calm Nature. Or you can run Bold with max defense, max attack. Max health. Scold on top of it. Make it even bulkier in defense. I mean, heck, even Scold on a special defensive set works really well. And yes, Primarina does get Energy Ball, gets it through TM. Let's see. Scold. We're running special defense, so I could run AV or I could run Leftovers. If I'm running AV, you obviously wouldn't run Rest or something like that. With Leftovers, you'd run something like Toxic, Scold. What else do you get? Work Up could be handy on it. Baby Doll Eyes is also handy if you don't want to run Scold. Priority Drop. Amnesia is also really handy too, that's through breeding. If I've got that correct, it gets Light Screen. It gets Reflect. It gets Psych Up, that's interesting. I can definitely see Pimp using a Psych Up set. That's TM. Gets Perishon, gets Charm. What's Aromic Mist? Ooh. I'll be used as ally by one stage. Oh, that's a nice doubles move. I mean, heck, when its hidden ability comes out, Liquid Voice, you'd be running Hyper Voice on it, obviously. Changes it to a water type move. I don't know, it's got some really interesting moves. I mean, if you wanted to run a physical set, you go Acrobatics, you go Aqua Jet, Waterfall, and Facade most likely. Run it with a Toxic Orb, that'll work nice. No, Primarina has some nice moves there it could potentially run. There's a lot of sets you could run with that. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame it doesn't run... Oh. I don't know if we're talking about Primarina now. Or someone else. Hyper Voice on HA would be really cool with specs, yes. I mean, heck, even running it with, like, 0 IVs and speed and quiet nature would work really well. You'd run that in Trick Room. So you'd Trick Room up, Hyper Voice with Liquid Voice, change it into a water type move, and get the 20% boost on it, because it's a... Pretty sure that got a boost. I could be incorrect, because it's not an 8 move. Just gotta double check that one. I could be incorrect about the 20% boost. Normally those ones come with a 20% boost. Oh, okay, no boost, my bad. It's just changing the type. Oh look, I got 0 in HP, that's totally handy. Just need a male with 5 IVs now, we can move on to the next one. Honestly, the way I think is there's no Pokemon that's really underrated at all. Unless you're talking design-wise, maybe. But when it comes to competitive, I stand that there is no bad Pokemon at all. Since nearly everything works, as I said, if you know how to run them. Even Magikarp works. Unless, of course, it's Cosmog. There isn't too much you can do with Cosmog and Cosmoian. Except for Toxic Skull with, like, Toxic Spikes. Another Pokemon using Toxic. So there are, like, maybe 2 exceptions to that rule. But this is the thing, like I again mentioned it in the last live stream, when I do a top 5 or top 10, I simply cannot take it from a competitive stance in regards, like, if I like a Pokemon or not. Because to me, every Pokemon is equal in that way. I mean, yes, there's a Pokemon who might be better at doing something than another Pokemon, but I don't judge whether I like a Pokemon or not based on competitive. It has to be done or designed for that reason. And that's one of the main reasons why I get hate on my top 5s and my top 10s, because it's all based on design, which, to a lot of people's eyes, I can be seen as a nub. But that's the thing. They just completely forget the fact that, you know, I do play competitive, but my stance on competitive is extremely different to a lot of people's. That's mainly because of how unique my battle style is. It's very similar to Pimp Knights. I'll run extremely far-fetched sets, but somehow just make them work. I mean, heck, you can take an example from Wi-Fi Wednesday. I've done, like, Trick Room Blaziken with Blaze. I've done Mixed Salamence, not Mega. What are the other bizarre sets I've done? I've done Special Druddigon. That was actually mine, not Pimp Knights. That Special Druddigon he used was actually traded from my game. There's probably, like, a whole bunch of other unique sets I've brought out. And very unconventional sets, but still managed to make them work and brought light to well, a different light on how a Pokemon can be used. So yeah, that's kind of a reason why top 5s and top 10s kind of stopped. I will bring them back, I swear, along with Trivia Tuesday, that just had a little bit of a different problem behind the scenes. I heard Mega Kangaskhan got the biggest nerf. In regards to Mega in general, I don't think Mega's really got the big nerf. A few things did get changed though for Megas. Like for example, speed got changed, like the way the move orders got changed. I think that was the biggest change to Megas. Originally a Mega, well, the way that Megas worked was if a Mega gained like a lot of speed or something, the move order wouldn't change until the next turn. I think that was the biggest change, I think, for Megas. Mega Garchomp got nerfed. Oh, thank God, that was a problem in singles for VGC. Yeah, that's the thing, Mega Sableye copped the big one because of that. Prankster got nerfed, and the whole move priority with Megas as well got bloody nerfed too. I don't think Mega Alakazam got nerfed. I'm pretty sure Alakazam got a bit more of a special defensive boost. I'm pretty sure that passed on to Mega Alakazam. Bring up all the nerfs and buffs in case I am incorrect, but I'm pretty sure Alakazam got a special defensive buff. As I said, if you do want a female Salandit, catch yourself a male cute charm Pokemon and just use that. Have it in the lead. It'll give a 66% chance of finding the opposite gender. Best way if you want to go about doing female Salandit. Updated, here we go, updated stats. Alright, Mega Alakazam. Oh, it did get a special defensive drop. Okay, I'm thinking it got a buff. My bad. So it went from 105 down to 95. Honestly though, like I never really saw Mega Alakazam tanking things. It was mostly known for knocking things out. This is the thing though, there's still, well, Talonflame got destroyed, yes. As for like Gengar, that's a questionable thing. It's still decent as a sweeper. It just can't swap into Earthquake anymore. But the only thing that nerf really did to it. I mean, heck, it can now has potential of disabling moves too, so I guess that can be a pro, can be considered a con. Not as decent as Levitate, but still, its actual physical stats did not get touched, so it can still be a real potential sweeper. There we go, there's our male. Okay, that's another one off. So now we're going to go on to breeding special attack into it. So we can do timid and modest. After that it will just be purely RNG, unfortunately, since I never got around to finishing off the Jangmos. Actually, we'll bring that back. Alright, they should be Careful, Adamant, Sassy, Jolly. Other box. Yeah, that's weird. I could have swore I did timid and all that. Gotta double check. Did I not do... I didn't! Holy crap! Okay, I'm gonna have to RNG those too. I mustn't have got around to doing it in the last stream. I do have a sassy though, with 5 IVs without attack. I'm gonna have to use that. I have a male. Right, I'm gonna have to find the one that doesn't have attack. That's male. That's it. Unfortunately, I can't Everstone this one. I'm gonna have to RNG my nature. Which is going to be a pain. This was the only problem behind taking so long on Mimikyu. I didn't get a chance to finish my breeding on Jangmo. At least I got the IVs to work with. That's a plus. So this is what happens when I come across the wall. And I don't have the right nature. I'm gonna have to RNG it. This also works very similar to like Pokemon like Munchlax or Why Not, or things like that that require the incense. Yeah, the incense moves to items to like breed them. So I guess it's like a good way of simulating that. Alright, so fingers crossed I get the natures that I want. So for Jangmo I'm going to need timid and modest. If I can RNG them in male, that'd be great. Sorry, in female. And heck, male would work. That's the thing, I've got to RNG it. Probably should put those other 2 eggs back into my party and hatch them. I mean, heck, I could even go for my mixed natures here because I got attack and special attack on my parents, so this could work either way. So I could potentially knock off all the mixed attackers as well as the special attackers. Hopefully this works. Because this now becomes the longest part of the process, is RNGing my nature. Which, as I said, you will have to do this eventually when you're doing, like, Pokemon that require items to actually get the baby. If you want to do, like, Little Cup or something like that. Normally, you wouldn't even bother. But as I said, there are some Pokemon you just can't get around that. Make sure I mark that one off. Oh, I did. God damn it. At the moment when I don't mark off on the database, I got something. Hey, it'd be nice if I get another male at least, or another female. I'm actually waiting for questions to be asked. At the moment, the chat's kind of like talking within itself. How long would it get to a level 100 from a level 50? Just in Pelago, because I was going to say as well, another way to level up your Pokemon is using the Rare Kitchen and the Festival Plaza. If you have the time, of course, going through and getting Festival coins and getting the Rare Kitchen 5-star to appear. I haven't done it yet, because I keep forgetting to go to Festival Plaza at the moment. And because I hate the bloody thing. Be handy when I get Rare Kitchen, of course. Otherwise with Pelago, I've got no idea how long it would take. Personally, I'd be going to like Pony Gauntlet and training up there. Throw your lucky egg on, experience share, just kill things. And if you got yourself a really decent ghost type Pokemon and are willing to search for the 5% encounter on Beware, and just SOS train on that one, that's another quick way of leveling up Pokemon. I personally prefer just doing Battle Buffet and Pony Gauntlet with Lucky Egg. The only time I'd really level my Pokemon up is if I need a level up move. But other than that, you don't really need level 100s unless you're doing like non-restrictive battles. And again, just to reiterate again, don't encourage power saves or any type of hacking. Oh, I only do it because I have multiple sets that rely on lots of natures. Not only that as well, it's like a breeding service as well for Pip Knight. And it's also another breeding service I'm doing down the track as well. It kind of mentions it as well down in like the description. What's a description? Yeah, that's another thing too. The only time you ever want to level 100 is to Hyper Train as well. I keep forgetting about that because as I said, I find Hyper Training almost useless unless it's Legendaries or the Ultra Beasts or Gift Pokemon. Oh, whoops, I hit on the wrong box. All my eggs are going to the wrong box again. Alright, what do we get? Bad, bad, bad. Wait, hold on. Oh, I'm RNGing now. There's the RNG. I got quiet. This is gonna be a pain in the bum. What was that? Oh, that's bad. No good in defense. Yeah, that sounds about right. Gonna put those in. Grab them. Grab them. OCD. Gonna do it like that. Alright, so there's gonna be like maybe 3 more eggs with Jolly, and then it should go RNG nature. Hey, Roz! And yes, another breeding stream. Woo! I was supposed to do one like yesterday, but I kinda didn't wake up. I was that tired from babysitting. Like, oh, can't wake up. Wakes up at 10 AM. Oops. Instead of waking up at like 1 in the morning. Yeah, my plans for, like during the week was like, okay, 2 breeding streams on the weekend. Gets pulled up for babysitting on Friday, so I had to go over to a vet's house and babysit all these puppies. Cutest things in the world too! And had to babysit a cat and babysit a bird. The bloody cat. It's been 7 years since I've been used as a scratching post. I didn't miss it. Anyways, the cat shredded me to bits. The puppies loved me. Comes back on Saturday morning. Oh, sorry, it wasn't Saturday morning. Saturday afternoon. I got no sleep because of the cat. So I'm like, okay, I'll go to sleep. I'll wake up at like 1. Wakes up at like 6 in the morning, I think it was, because Pimp woke me up. I'm like, oh shit, I slept in. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna wake up at 1 or something and start the stream at like 2 or 3. 6 o'clock comes along in the morning. I'm like, oh shit, I slept in. No point streaming now. Goes back to sleep. Anyways, I wake up about 10, I think it was. I'm like, okay, I'm still tired. I'll spend the first half of the day breeding Mimikus. Go for a nap, wake up at 1. Stupid me had a wine. Wakes up at 1. I'm so bloody tired, so stream starts late, so shenanigans we're getting these breeding streams up, but I finally got it. I think chat died. Alright, come on RNG, we can RNG some nice natures here. As long as they're 5 IV, that'll be great. This is the thing though, I could be here for another 8 hours trying to get the natures I want with 5 IVs. Grinding level 100. Well, that's the thing, they took out the Blissey base, which I did say was going to happen, no one believed me. So we've lost one really good level up method, which I really hope they bring back. Won't really compensate it in any way. So I don't know, I've been really shaky about doing level 100s too, because normally I go to level 100s, because we had all these brilliant methods to do so, whether it be like the experience O power, I think that's what it's called, or level up O power. Yeah, that's the thing though. I don't have a Pokemon with the nature. I don't have any Jangmos with the nature. I don't have a Salandit with that nature. I had to RNG it first, so I can Overstone. I did actually say that. At the same time, you do need to do this for like Munchlax, Budu. I think another one was like Happiny. Pichu doesn't need it. Igglybuff doesn't need it. Clever doesn't need it. I'm trying to think of all the other ones. I think Why Not needs it. Chingling needs it as well. So, as I said, you kind of need to do it for a few Pokemon. So if you can get the practice in, it's worth it when it comes to those Pokemon. But it is actually possible to do it. I actually did it with the Jangmos before I did the breeding stream. Bugger off, scumbag. Scumbag number 2. Oh wait, I forgot Pink won't be back until like 7. He's doing breakfast. Hope he brings me some breakfast. I don't particularly want to go shopping. Okay, that's why I'm getting decent IVs then. You're here. Scumbag Bob, I need to teach you how to breed properly. If these live streams aren't doing a decent enough job, I don't know what is. Well, Pimp told me you can't breed very well. Or not very fast, anyway. And there's no excuse on EV training either, that's the quickest it's ever been. Hey, what are we doing now? Okay, these 3 are the randoms. Okay, they suck, they can go. Where are these sitting? If only that didn't have pretty good in HP, that would have been fine. What was that? Naughty nature. For that I need no special attack, I think? No special defense. If it had HP, that would have been fine to breed off with. I would have just Everstoned that. That's just dreadful. Rip. Well, if you were a decent Pokemon breeder, Richard, you wouldn't need to worry about teams. Make sure when you get here you've got at least 2 or 3 different teams to use, because we're going to bring you onto a live stream. If you don't, we're just going to own you. And heck, who knows, I might... Now, Bank won't be out before then. I hate to say it, Bank coming out at the end of January. And who knows, it could get delayed. Be just my luck it gets delayed. Oh, I don't know why I came in here. I hadn't hatched anyone yet. I blame Richard. I'm like busy watching chat again. Well, since I got my Adamant Slant, I've got a spare to use. I might EV train that too. Since I've already got my power items and attack and speed. Yay, another person attending like the first stream. I think a lot of people say that. Maybe I'm streaming on the wrong days. I don't remember there, though, ever being a bug where Pokebank ever corrupted your save data, because I'm a big user of Pokebank. And I've never had a corruption issue at all. Like, for the whole entire time Pokebank's been out, I've always used it. I've been using it to store Breejex and X and Y, Oris. I will be doing the same thing for Sun and Moon too, definitely. And when it comes like new game, they'll get taken off Pokebank and sit on their respective games to just gather cobwebs or whenever I need them the next time. Although, when it comes to Sun and Moon and X and Y, they gather so much cobwebs they don't ever get used again. Only because of the way I roll. Every time a new game comes out, I breed a whole bunch of new Pokemon. Rebreed, don't ever reuse. Unless it's for like breeding partners. $5? Oh god, in Australia it's like 7 or 8. Only because of like the bad economy here in Australia. So what is like $5 in US turns into like $7 or $8 in Oz, so a bit more expensive on my end. Some people shutting the stream out, which is awesome. Retweet them. Yeah, I know on the US version it's $5, but I'm pretty sure in Oz it's like $7 or something like that. I'm trying to remember how much I paid for my renewal, which was only just recently. On Japanese though, it's something like... Oh, what was Japanese again? Because I paid that. Jeez, I can't remember how much I paid on Japanese. I think it was almost as much as the Australian one. Actually, I think I need to renew my US one very soon. Because I've got to renew one US copy. Then I have to renew a Australian copy. Now I've got a Japanese one on top of that as well. I'm trying to think if I've got any other Pokebanks that I use. I think that's it. So I'm coughing out quite a lot of money each year for a Pokebank subscription. Look at all these beasts. God, I cannot wait to use this. This is going to be so fun. Naive. Damn it! I needed no special defense for that one, but at least I got the 5 IVs. That's a plus. So I'm gonna whack that there. Damn it, fantastic! Actually, no, that's for hidden power. I completely forgot about hidden power. Oh, what's that? What's that? Timid! Oh, you beauty! I RNG'd it! Woohoo! I got one of them. That was just pure RNG. Woohoo! And breeding apparently is so hard to do. Oh, that's dreadful. What's that? Sassy. Oh, I got the sassy and I bred with a sassy. Didn't even need Everstone for that. Where's that? That's not... What am I doing again? Okay, no. I know what I'm doing. I confuse myself. Do that so easily. I'm gonna double check I haven't forgotten any Fantastics. That is probably one of my biggest advices though. If you do need hidden power, while you're doing all your breeding, just keep all your Fantastics. They do come in handy. That's a guarantee. I don't think I've had any other Fantastics. If anything, I've been very, very unlucky with my Fantastics. Whereas Jangmo sped out so many of them that I lost count of how many Fantastics I had. Right, so that's Fantastic and Special Defense. So best in HP, best in attack, best in defense, dreadful in special attack, hidden power and special defense, and nothing in speed. Hidden power and HP, best in attack, defense. And all I do is all my hidden powers I mark with a red. So it just means I've got a 30 in that one. So when I'm going through, I'm like, alright, what can I breed for hidden power? I go, alright, I've got a 30 in special defense on that one, a 30 in HP. But I've also got 31s to work with as well, so it just makes things a lot easier. And I'm probably going to have to release these. I've had them kind of just sitting around if needed. So that's potential parents. Wasn't really a problem releasing all my Pokemon. I'm actually just kind of curious why, out of all the stats that they did decide to include, they didn't do releasing Pokemon. I could almost imagine my counter for released Pokemon. It'd be probably nearly as high as my egg count. But no, I really don't have a problem with releasing Pokemon. It doesn't actually take me that much time, which is odd. I must have like really overestimated the time needed to release all those Pokemon I had before. What is a Wonderlock? I honestly don't do any of those. I tried like Nuzlocke on my own time and ended up giving up because I died on the very first battle. That was a randomized Nuzlocke, but even now I'm a bit iffy about doing that with Nintendo's big crackdown on modified games. I don't particularly like dealing with Nintendo. I've done it once, don't want to do it again. Unless Wonderlock is like Wonder Trade Pokemon, which would collide with my morals, so I probably still wouldn't even do it then. Yeah, I thought so. See, that's the thing, I'm not someone who uses Wonder Trade at all. There is if you have someone else to check your festival plaza. What am I up to? Nearly 3 hours? We'll do 3 hours, I'll bring up my egg count again. I'd say I would have gained about another 200 eggs. No, I haven't, sorry, I think that's a big lie. I think I've hatched about another 60 eggs on this stream. So I'd probably go from 1,080 to probably 1,100 and something. Which isn't too bad for like 2 hours, nearly 3 hours work. Just very slow on getting the eggs, that's all it was. A modest Sandygast. Special attack must be higher than attack. Actually, that's going to be happening. Pimp requested he wants a Sandygast, so he can go for a shiny one. I said to him the only way he's going to get a 5IV one off me from Masuda is if I breed one on the English game, transfer it to Japanese, breed up another 5IV, have it underneath the Japanese locale, and then trade it back. So expect a Sandygast breeding live stream, and because that was requested by Pimp himself. And at the same time, I personally want to use Sandygast and Palo Sand as well. Oh, I'll catch you. That's the thing, he says I'll catch you scumbags later, yet I've got to see him about 10 days from now. Fun times. Ugh. I can't wait to say fuck off. We'll get him to the airport, and then I'm gonna say to him, oh sorry, your visa's expired. Customs said you're gonna have to go back to the UK where you belong. Alright, back to Salandit. Oh good, maybe he's missed what I just said. Oh, frick. Really? Visas are free? I'll keep that in mind when I travel to America or the UK. Yeah, can't get rid of him. That's alright, I'll just throw him off the kayak when he goes kayaking. Let the great whites deal with him. Is it vice versa? Or make going to the England a bit easier? Lonely. That's bad. That's bad. That's... Oh, another timid, but I didn't get... Well, I already got a timid and that was male. So I really don't need that one. Where can I stick you? Actually, I have nowhere to stick this. It's gonna have to go in there. That was unlucky. If that was any other nature, that would have been fine. Where can I stick you? Yes, that's something that Ben would probably say. That was a legit question though, where can I stick this? Because I got no Pokebank at the moment, so I can't store Breedjecks anywhere, like those particular Breedjecks. Normally they just go on Pokebank, sit there in case someone like wants them or something. Which is why I said Pokebank's a blessing in disguise. Nice weather. Richard, you got a burn over here. Nice weather. It's been like 35 degrees here. In America, I'd say there's snow. I get inanimate. What is this? At least it didn't have decent IVs, I guess. Would have been bizarre. Sydney's tend to be really nice temperature. Only because it's like right on the water. Nice sea breeze and everything. Actually, I will give Sydney that. It has good shopping, it's got good weather. Just a really busy place. I can't stand busy places. Other than that, great place to be. Great place for holidays too. Yeah, well that's normally what it's here, but odd weather's made it really bloody hot. I think I went walking yesterday for a workout and physiotherapy on my ankles again. And it was like 35 degrees, but it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, which normally here, a average would be like 25 degrees. Yeah, that's the thing. Sydney's extremely busy. I couldn't stand to live there, but going there for a holiday is awesome. There's just so much to do in Sydney. Poochyena with Outrage. You know that would actually make Poochyena somewhat decent to use? I actually would consider using that in doubles even. Well, I can tell you what, up in Perth it's been 40. Well, actually speaking of Sydney, like I've been to Sydney a couple of times. A lot to do with like study and everything for school too, because where I grew up, if you wanted to get a decent education, you actually had to pay for it and travel. So that tended to be like a week in Sydney or something like that, which is what I've done a couple of times. I've been down there for like cross country, so like running 2 kilometers on like the race course that was done in a very young age. I think I was like 10 when I did that. And then there's been a couple of times I've been down there for like school purposes. Did a week in Sydney for my English course, so went down to study Shakespeare, and mostly like Hamlet. I think we went down there for Hamlet, and we also went down there for a play called The Crucible. So we went down there, saw them live, and did some study on them, which was great. You wouldn't get that back where I lived. And we also went down there to do some art study as well. So if you're like an art student, you had to do that. Luckily at the time I wasn't doing art. That would have been great to actually go see the big art museum in Sydney. That is gone on my bucket list. So I will do that next time I do Sydney. But for the week I was down there, I did the aquarium. I didn't do the aquarium. Did laser tag down there. Did Chinatown down there. That was awesome to go see. Did the horror... I think it was like the ghost tour in Sydney. You go around the old parts of Sydney. That was... had some type of connection with the plague, I think it was. Because some of it managed to spread to Australia. Luckily, at that stage, there wasn't so many Australians living here. I think. It's been so long since I've done that ghost tour, I can barely remember just little parts of it. But I've said to Ben, like, if we want to do some travelling in Australia, I definitely wouldn't mind going back to Sydney. Lots and lots of shopping. Or if not Ben, I'll go back with Mum, because my Mum actually does a lot of trips to Sydney for her work. Have I hatched any eggs? I've been rambling on, I haven't really been keeping count. Oh, what is that? That's disgusting. Oh. Ugh. Oh, that's dreadful RNG. I don't want to look at them. And you missed doing, I think it's like Taronga Zoo at Sydney. You missed like one of the best parts. I've had the chance of doing the Sydney Harbour Climb. My high school is actually affiliated with that. Each year they take a class down there to climb the bridge. I did have the opportunity to do that. I passed it down for study, my bad. I can't remember if I've done Sydney Tower. I may have. I haven't done the Opera House, I will admit that. Although I've done like all the plays and everything. I haven't done... actually no, I have done Botanic Gardens. That was a very long time ago. Oh. The only reason I went to Chinatown was for sushi. I will admit that. But I found some awesome stuff to do in there as well. Another good one would have been the aquarium. I did hear that was a really good one, but... Well, since you didn't see the aquarium in Sydney, we'll show you the aquarium in Perth. As long as I don't get motion sickness again. Like, no joke, the aquarium up in Perth, I've been to it once, and that was like my first visit to Perth. And I was so fascinated by it that I ended up doing this big tour in the aquarium. And what they do is there's a little conveyor belt that goes around and around in the aquarium. So I think I read it about 20 times just staring at the aquarium. So there's like sharks and stingrays and everything floating around in it. And then by the end of it, I could barely walk with how much motion sickness I had. My note to self, don't do that again. It's also where I found out that I actually do suffer from motion sickness. Didn't know that until then. Ow! That would have been nice. Because naughty is lowering special defense, I think I said. That's a male. Ow. These disgusting IVs. The luck's just run dry. Anyways, I said at 3 hours I was going to show my egg count, didn't I? That update? No. Why am I still on 1052? That's incorrect. Hey, note to self, Festival Plaza doesn't update in real time. That's really annoying. Well, there's one good thing about... I was gonna say, not all Aussie slang translates everywhere in Australia. There was a bit of Australian slang I had to drop when I moved from New South Wales to WA. Like, oh, that's not cool. Or there's like Australian slang I'll use over here and Ben's like, what the hell are you talking about? But we'll see how much of it translates. I think I'm getting like festival coins. Hey, I got 8 festival coins. Yay! I gave myself festival coins. That's awesome. Okay, I'm up to 1,114 eggs. So that's... Well, that's unfortunately the only way you can check your own egg count as far as I'm aware is you have to have a second DS or someone tell you how many eggs you've hatched. At least I'm over the 4-digit mark. Oh well, that's the thing. Now the next milestone is to get to 10,000. At this rate, that shouldn't take too long. Oh, at least with these ones I can breed them back onto the Jangmo since I don't have any of those natures. Bit disappointed I didn't. Could have swore I got them. Yes, Taurus is indeed much faster than Stoutland. Kind of a shame actually, because if Stoutland was as fast as Taurus, I'd be able to do breeding with one hand. Oh well, so far at least I got 6 decent Salandits. Not bad. Already got the Oval Stone. I also picked up another Oval Stone through Pelago as well. Yeah, it takes a while to get used to the Taurus charging. I will admit, when I was practicing speedrunning, it was like a lot of times I'd use Taurus, I just charged straight into a wall. I mean, I would do that, but that's the thing though, when when you're trying to breed quickly, the Taurus charge is just so handy. I was gonna say, what's a pin? You mean pen? Yeah, shame there is no bike. Actually, I would have preferred the bike for that method. One-handed breeding. Brave. Oh, look at that. I don't even need it. I'm sure that'll go to some decent home. Please tell me that's a good nature. It gets fucking docile, of course it does. Ah, that would have been bloody awesome if that was any other nature besides a freaking neutral one. I should have known that because there was no colours. Ah. Fuck you. And that's just trash. Alright, so what have I got? I got naive without attack. And I got no special defense, but I got docile. That's funny because there's naive and there's... well, there's no special defense. That's funny. At least I have that, I guess. So what I could do is I could potentially pass it on to a 5 AVs, the nature, and then grab up the no special defense. That can work. Not a complete loss. Actually, no. Funny thing is, that shouldn't actually be a joke, because he wasn't the first one to figure out a Trick Room set for Salandit. It was actually me. I told him a Trick Room set, and he's like, oh, that can actually work. So, expect a Trick Room team, a Trick Room Salandit from me. It's very interesting, and it can work. I found a way of making it work, even though it's got like base... what is it, base 90 or something like base 100 something speed? So if I can make something work in Trick Room, trust me, it's a decent one for Trick Room. I cannot wait to show that off. I just need to get 0 in speed. Which I've yet to do on any bloody Pokemon yet. Well, this is another thing too, like, look at this. There's a car sitting right there. There's cars all over the lower region, but they got no bloody use except... holy shit, that's a big car! It's either my trainer's very small, or that's a very hitched up car. Okay, four-wheel drives or utes like that are not that big in real life. Like, we drive around a ute every day, and I know how big a ute is. I'm taller than a ute. That's a jacked up car. Holy shit. Or that people in the lower region are really bloody small. Heck, no. That's the thing though. Like, even when I was 11, I'm taller than a ute. I'm really... well, then again, I'm a abnormally sized female. I don't know. If it's a 4x4 it makes sense, but if it's just a plain ute... Don't know, they never actually mentioned what the cars were. And I don't know cars at all, I just thought it was a ute. Another brave nature, of course. Lonely? Damn. Close. Problem is, though, for lonely I need attack. No, I don't. Sorry, I don't need attack. God damn it. Other way around. And brave just like can go in the bin. God damn it. All I need now is just one Salandit without defense, and I'm all good to go with mixed natures too. I just have to RNG it. As for that timid one, I've already got the mouse, so I can already just Everstone that. And Destiny not. So that's all good to go. So anyways, does anyone know any good polls that I could potentially set up on Twitter in regards to like what Pokemon I should breed next? I mean, I've already decided I'm going to do, I think I said Dratini next. So I have to go out and catch like a hidden ability one. Actually no, I can't do Dratini, I just thought of that. Because our next giveaway is, oh wait, I can't mention that, it's not up yet. Might collide with something. But I want to try and set up a poll where people can add in like their own options. And like people can vote. That is a question. I've always wondered why. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't breed for shinies because it doesn't really do anything unless I want the aesthetics of the Pokemon. But is there a reason why people go for 6 IVs? Breed for shiny instead of breeding for 6 IVs, it'll save frustration. That's funny, I've already got 3 6 IVs, but I don't have any shinies. Actually, I find 6 IVs sometimes a bit easier than shinies. Nah. You really still don't need 6 IVs for a mix set either. I mean, heck, the only thing it'll do is just make it slightly a bit tankier. But you find most times Pokemon that run mixed have dreadful defense and special defense anyways. Oh BS. Oh BS. Dreadful, dreadful, dreadful. I look at Salandit for example. I've already said I've got a mix set for it. It's got like 60 in defense and special defense in regards to base. It cannot tank anything. And I'm questioning if it can take anything even with max defense with Will-O-Wisp. So if that went mix attacker, it wouldn't matter if he went 6 IVs. It will still go down to a physical move like Earthquake or Rock Slide. And it will go down easily with a special attack like Psychic or an Earth Power or something. It will just go down really, really easy. 6 IVs in defense or special defense is not going to make any difference whatsoever. Yes, shiny time does increase the chance for shiny in breeding. Increases it tenfold if you're doing the Masuda method as well. Actually, I can tell you what, I'm not going to be able to make a 7-hour stream this time. I'm already feeling bloody tired as it is. What I get for waking up at 1. Why am I out of eggs? Why don't I get another bloody physical set with Sassy? Why am I out of eggs? That's really annoying. Ugh. I hatch my eggs quicker than I can pick them up. I didn't do a boo-boo and put like the same gender in the daycare again, did I? Or am I just really unlucky? Nah, I don't think I've taken any Pokemon out. Nah. Nah, just BS on eggs. So I wasn't just the only one thinking, oh crap, if I put like the same gender or something in the daycare, I've just got no eggs. Anyways, just going back to that whole 6IV thing with mixed attackers. Go back looking on Wi-Fi Wednesday, all of my mixed attackers are 4IVs. Those last 2 IVs made no difference whatsoever. Maybe on Salamence, maybe. I mean, I ran Yucky Berry to make up for that, but still it made like no difference. My Blaziken had 4 IVs, that was a mixed attacker. Salamence was 4 IVs. I'm trying to think who else was my mixed attackers. I can't seem to think who my other mixed attackers were. But all of my mixed attackers all had 4 IVs. I didn't even bother going for like another one. Well, there's 1 egg. Normally I've got all these eggs. I got nothing. Oh, talk about dreadful luck. This is like the first time I've seen no eggs. Egg, please? I think I'm just gonna have to walk in between these transitions because I'm not getting eggs. I don't want to hatch my Pokemon exactly too fast, otherwise I'm gonna be here forever. Well, this is the thing on mixed attackers, you definitely need HP, you definitely need speed. Attack and special attack is definitely needed, whereas your defenses, special defense and defense are definitely not needed. As I said, unless it's a Pokemon that can run some type of defensive, maybe. But a lot of, as I said, a lot of mixed attackers tend to be glass cannons in their defenses, so that's why I never even bother with defense or special defense. Oh, finally an egg. My first egg's probably gonna hatch before I get my next one. Come on, give me another egg. Oops, not trying to passport. Must be my Pokédex earlier. I got 3 eggs. Yeah, that'll work. Huge power, modest Azumarill. There's a lot of sets Azumarill can run. Remember back in 4th gen, it used to be running quite a lot of sets. There was obviously the physical set, there was a bulky set with Sap Sipper. As long as it wasn't its hidden ability, but I'm pretty sure it was Sap Sipper back then. bring it up. I think I got some of my 4th gen sets still on me. Like, that's the thing, a lot of people didn't realise Azumarill was so decent until it got Play Rough and Fairy type. Oh, okay, it didn't get Sap Sipper back then, my bad. A lot of the times back in 4th gen I'd run either a bulky set with thick fat, or it'd be a sweepy set with huge power. I mean, now and again I'd see a Specs Azumarill, it's got the same special attack as it did attack in 4th gen. Not sure if that changed. I saw Trick Room sets. I know, it had a lot of variety in 4th gen. Now it's the same set over and over again because, I don't know, between 4th gen and now it seems people forgot what creativity was. Yeah, it's just Billy Jet or Banded. Whereas back in the day, there was so many sets it could potentially run. As I said, people used Specs back in the day. Like, that's the thing, I just saw a comment then saying, like, Choice Specs Azumarill was bad because it's base special. That's the thing though, if you don't experiment, you kind of just stay yourself in your own skill level too. You don't increase in skill. But as I said, like, 4th gen, you'd see Specs Azumarill. Whereas now there's like, it's either one thing or the other. People don't branch out. And I wonder why the whole metagame for Smogon is a little bit predictable and boring. It's kind of one of the main reasons why Pip Knight's become quite popular, is because he's showing off sets that you would not see normally in the meta. You know, for example, like, what's a really odd set that he's used? I know, like, unconventional moves as well as another one. Oh, Specs Gyarados, my god! And same with Specs Dragonite, you rarely see them now. God, I love Special Gyarados. It's a shame it doesn't get more love. Like, I've used Special Gyarados in doubles. I've used Mixed Gyarados. Like, back in the day in 4th gen, Special Dragonite was a thing. Now it's not even, it's considered bad these days. And heck, even Mixed Dragonite was a thing back in 4th gen. But now it's not even looked upon as a potential set. It's, if anything, it's frowned upon. Which I have no idea why, because Special Dragonite is decent, Special Gyarados is decent. Special Gyarados works well outside of rain teams too. Yeah, D-Knight works very well in rain teams, I will admit that. I did do that for doubles, but even in singles it still works even without the rain. Nah, that's the thing, Special Crobat is actually a thing. That was a set on Smogon for a while. I wouldn't call it unconventional. I do see a lot of people use Nasty Plot Crobat. Before the split, the type or the coverage on Hidden Power depended on the type. So if it was like Hidden Power Fighting, it'd be a physical type move. Whereas Hidden Power Dark would be considered special. Now, I've seen a lot of nasty plot Crobats on Showdown. I wouldn't call it uncommon. I've actually versed a few nasty plot Crobats on my battle streams. And heck, even a few times on like the pimp stream, pimp chat, I think I've seen a few nasty plot Crobats. Well, that's the thing as well, back in 2nd gen, the punching moves were all special, and you wouldn't think that. Heck, even before I knew the mechanics of 1st and 2nd gen and all that, I went back thinking that Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, and... which one didn't I say anyways? All the punching moves, I thought they were physical until someone told me no, they're special because of the mechanics in those gens. Good old Toxic or Porygon Z. I ran that back in 4th gen. I ran that as well with like, back before Last Resort became popular. Did that back in 4th gen. I think I did that as like a mix set. I did it with like Shadow Ball to hit ghost types. Sharpen. Last Resort. It was like a max special attack. Sharpen to raise up its attack, then Last Resort for power. The way to determine between physical and special back then was the type of move. So grass was special, dark was special, water was special, electric was special, fighting was physical, normal was physical, rock was physical, ground was physical, steel was physical. I think I've made most of the moves. Fire was special. I think that's all of them. If I forgot one, ghost was physical. That was a weird one. I think I named every type. I'm probably incorrect there. I'm pretty sure I prattled off all of the types just then. Yeah, poison was physical. Yeah, Pimp's done Nasty Plot Weavile. I think he only did one recently. Bug was physical. I was gonna say as well, the only reason why I knew Nasty Plot was somewhat common, because every time I see Nasty Plot Crobat, the moves it runs is Nasty Plot, Heat Wave, Air Slash, and Sludge Bomb, or maybe Roost on it. They tend to be the Crobats that I see not a flop. I mean, heck, I've seen them on bloody Battle Spot too. That's why I said they're not exactly uncommon to see. Okay, it may not have been recently, but I know he's done a Nasty Plot Weavile because I've actually borrowed it for a little bit for breeding back in the day. Come on, just give me like nothing in defense and everything else for FOBs, that'd be great. Well, I got another special attacker, but it's docile. Ow. Ow. God damn it, there's another one with like 5 IVs, but no special attack. Maybe? I don't know, maybe I'll keep that one. Ew, what's that? I got another sassy nature. Oh, God. I even got an Everstone, but I'm randomizing these sassy natures like there's no tomorrow. Oh, I needed Rash. Wait, what's that one? Oh, that was that weed one. Well, I'm not randomizing anything I'd like. Heck, if I can just walk away with like something with no defense, but IVs and everything else, I'm fine. I can almost call that a stream. Another good burnout Pokemon is definitely Arcanine. I can see that making a huge impression in regards to like double battles. You can just come out with Intimidate, use Burnout, get rid of its type, and then have no weaknesses. That's going to be a huge thing, whereas Flareon would be... I think Burnout would be great for Assault Vest sets with max health, max special defense. If you use Burnout, there's the great initial attack, and then you just like sit there and tank. But the problem is though, you go down to 3 moves. I don't know, maybe you can run Last Resort on that one. The only problem I find with running Pain Split with max health is you could potentially run no HP with Pain Split and then do more damage with Pain Split, whereas running more health would make it more tankier, but Pain Split does less. Just a bit of food for thought there. Nothing wrong with Gen 4. I still play Gen 4. I still play Pokemon Battle Revolution. Still breed Pokemon for it. When Bank comes out, I'm doing all my transfer moves from Gen 4. Anytime I touch Gen 5 is for transfers. I mean, I've kind of played through, and that's about it. Unless I need a move from 5th Gen that's exclusive. I mean, Work Up was originally one of them, but now that's TM again. So that's kind of made that useless. Unless, of course, I want, like, Iron Defense Lullaby, because for some odd reason that's not a tutor move in Oris. That's 5th Gen only. Other than that, I mostly do 3rd Gen or 4th Gen, because obviously there's moves on there that I need. And TMs worked extremely differently in those gens, so that required a lot of starting games over and redoing them just for TMs. Yes, TM's working definitely in Pokemon Sun, which is awesome. If only they introduced that a bit sooner. That's why I said the only problem with like 1st to 4th Gen is you need to keep restarting games to keep getting TMs, which is really annoying. Otherwise you gotta like use a cloning method, which is what 2nd Gen was for. And if you get the cloning method to work in 4th Gen, you got infinite TMs too. But I can't remember if you can equip TMs to Pokemon in 4th gen. So I kind of been like, just doing my whole game resets just to do that. Even before all Generation 1 Pokemon have no natures, all come through as hardy because no natures existed in Gen 1. I have no idea what they're going to do for natures. Hey! Oh. Please, please. Yay! There's a perfect! Just a random, like, no defense, but it just happened to have lonely with no defense. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That's male. There's another one knocked off. That was hell lucky. I was starting to wonder when my next one would pop up, because it's been a bit of a quiet streak. No HP. Well, that's basically all of the IV spreads that I need. I've got one with no special defense, one with no defense. And I've got, obviously, special attack from Timid. And I've got Naive, so I can knock that one off really easy, so... That's good, I can almost call that a stream. Like, even if it's male, I don't care, because I've got a female Salandit already. So, I can just Everstone or Destiny Knot. Still makes it really easy. And not only that as well, it does work as well for chaining IVs. So I could almost potentially pass it on to like something like a Dratini or another Jangmo if needed. Just anyone from the Dragon Egg group. I'm pretty sure XP Staleness was in Gen 6 as well. That moment when you start to feel really hungry. Alright, I don't think I'm going to be going for like much longer because I'm getting really hungry and I'm getting really tired. Which is quite a bit of a bummer actually. I regret having that wine yesterday. So I'm probably going for like another 20 minutes because as it said, like I've basically done everything to call it a stream. I would have loved to have bred a bit more, but the ratio doesn't help, but at the same time, I'm bad RNG. Well, can't call it bad because I've got everything that I need. And I did RNG, like, Lonely and Timid. With the right IVs, too. So from here, I'm probably just gonna, like, finish up in 20 minutes or so, and then after that, I'll do the rest of it in my own time, plus finishing off the Jangmos. But, just quickly, is there any Pokemon that you guys would like to see? in the next breeding stream, I'd prefer something from either the dragon or monster egg group that has another secondary field. I'm just going to quickly look that up. So I did want to do Dratini, but then I gave that a thought for a second, because that might collide with something that we're going to be doing. I mean, I could do it, because it would potentially speed my streams up. Okay, I am tired because I can't read. Dragon and monster. If I can get it into field, that'd be great, which is why I said taking the Dratini route would be the fastest, because I could do Dratini and then breed it up with Populo, which is from the same egg group, I do believe. Yeah, water 1, so that's the same as Populo. So this... Let's see, poison. Arbok I can't get. I don't know if I can get Horsey, because that goes into water 1 as well. Let's have a look. I can even do Magikarp, lol. What is Magikarp doing in like the Dragon Egg group? Okay, I can get Horsey, but it's an island scan on Wednesday. Phoebus as well. That's in water 1 for Dragon. Who else is there? Ah, well that's a bugger. I was hoping Tornado or Dramper would be from another egg group, but they're not. What have we got for monster? Slowpoke goes into water 1. Lapras, water 1. Chikorita, that goes into grass. Totodile? I could do Totodile, that goes in from monster to water 1. Who else is there from that group? Ah, bugger. Mostly going to Dragon, which is interesting. So monster and Dragon kind of work hand in hand. Milotic. That's the thing, like, I would prefer something that goes into another egg group, because then it makes chaining a lot easier. Milotic, as I said, would be a handy one, because that goes into water 1 as well, so is Horsey, and that's an island scan 1. That's the thing though, like Milotic and Horsey, obviously, I've done sets for them before, thanks to like Oris and X and Y and all that, so I guess moveset wise, that won't be a problem. I think though I'd have to breed, for Milotic though I'd have to breed like a lot of natures for that. That's 50-50 ratio I think as well. Horsey, don't think I've ever done a tanky set for Horsey. Maybe Seadra I've done tanky. So again that probably needs most natures too. And then from like water 1 I can go easily into field with Populo. I've already got Populo because that was my starter Pokemon in my Japanese game. This is the thing, I gotta try and figure out a way of making a poll where people can add options in, but also vote. So I don't know if straw poll allows you to add extra options in. Because otherwise I just do that on my Twitter and have people vote. Right, so I'll probably go for another 15 minutes, and I've got to think about a way of doing up polls where people can add options in and also vote. But don't need to sign up for anything, because that's annoying. Because that way I can figure out what to do next for a breeding stream. Because at this point in time, I'm trying to make it so I can just chain into every egg group. So ultimately I'd like to get into field, because that's obviously the biggest egg group out of everyone. So going from like dragon to water 1 to field would be the easiest one. That just goes through Populo. And then from field I can branch out even further then, because I think there's almost nearly egg group possible in field as like a secondary. Which is why I said ultimately I'd like to go into field. And from there it's almost like choose whatever. Because then from there I can almost branch out into every egg group. Still, I can't complain. I got 7 decent Salandits. I got a female. 1, at least. I can't complain. I got at least 1 female Salandit with 5 IVs. Adamant too. That's funny. As I said, I still cannot wait to try that set out. It's going to be so fun to use. I just got to double check, because I know Fake Out's a breeding move on it, so I need Kangaskhan for that. And I think Knockoff might be a breeding move as well, because I don't think it's a level up move. You have to double check and find out who passes that on. Oh, shame I don't need Calm. That's really annoying. Oh. Ew. Oh. Yuck, that's disgusting. None of them were, like, I only got 1, but it was the wrong nature. Alright, probably 1 more batch and that'll do it. I am really hungry and I'm getting on, like, really tired. As I said, that sucks, so I wanted to go for, like, a little bit longer than this. Hopefully the next breeding stream I do, I've got the right sleep pattern going. I don't need to wake up at 1 and feel really tired. Right, that should be a full party. I think I started off with 3. That should make 5. No, 1 more. Come on, give me 1 more egg, please. Oh, this is lovely. What's an egg? Please, game? Oh, at this round I'm gonna... Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, I'm probably gonna hatch an egg before I get another one. Well, that's lovely. Alright, hatch 2 eggs. Haven't got an egg yet. Oh, that's just dreadful. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure they got the same IVs. That's really annoying too. Alright, I think that's gonna do me. I really, really need to eat something. I can just feel my stomach eating itself. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this breeding live stream. As I said, I'm gonna try and set something up so there's a way of people voting for which Pokemon I should breed next. Oh look, everyone turns up when I start ending the stream. So yeah, if you want to keep up with that, I'm probably going to post it on my Twitter, where I tend to post all my updates, so if you're interested in that, probably go check that out. And again, thank you so much for tuning into the live stream. Good about what I expected actually for Salandit, considering how small the list was. Lots of males and not too many females. If anything, I only got one. So hopefully there will be some guides coming out soon on my channel. I kind of had to push one forward in priority because it was harder than I thought it was. So that will definitely get uploaded before anything else, because I kind of feel that one needs to be kind of, I guess, prioritized because of its difficulty. So hopefully that'll be good information for other people as well. So next breeding live stream, I have no idea when that's going to happen. I've got to try and work it in with all my work, because I've got something coming up in about the 19th, I think it was. So I need work done before then, because it's 2 weeks off work. So I won't be able to live stream or do guides or anything like that, because yeah, I won't be able to fit it in. So hopefully breeding live stream before then. Otherwise won't be until February. Will be my next live stream. So anyways, guys, until then, this is Lady KrimZen saying ciao for now, but not forever. And as you can probably tell, I'm going to get a lot of sleep after this too. See you guys. Ciao.